The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Yes, speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Good afternoon, beautiful people. Happy Cinco de Mayo 2021. It's a big show today. Why? Because it's today's show. Yeah! Obviously, there is not a lot happening outside of what we've covered yesterday. There are some more news. There's an injury that has happened to the Denver Broncos that has kind of rattled potentially the NFLPA, the players, the union, the NFL, and everything with who's going to have to cover this surgery for a torn Achilles. This has always been a rule in the NFL. If you're doing something away from the facility, they don't have to cover it. It's been an asterisk in every single contract that I ever saw, and it was always an interesting way for them to basically cover their ass, and it always seemed to be in a part of a contract that you kind of look over and they go, here's a couple things that are just kind of standard NFL stuff. If you get hurt away from here, the insurance doesn't have to cover it or anything like that. That's why whenever the lockout happened and we all had to get Cobra insurance, which was wildly overpriced. Yeah. I mean, they knew they had us. They knew we had to get it. It was wildly overpriced. I went and jumped out of a plane. I went and tried to swim with sharks. Yeah. I tried to do everything that could potentially really fuck me up because I knew I at least being covered insurance-wise, because when you're in the NFL, if you get hurt doing anything away from the facility. Now, this is football-related, which you would think would be team-related, and I always wondered how this would pan out, but the NFL has always had in their back pocket an ability to say, nah, fuck you, it wasn't here, we're not paying for it. So that'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Will the Denver Broncos cover it, even though probably legally they'll be able to say they don't have to? We would assume they do so, because if not, that'd be bad business. And why would we want to do bad business in 2021 in a league that is profiting more than it ever has been in the past, with new deals being restructured by the minute? Amazon's 3 years away, they're 2 years away, now they're 1 year away. There's potential Apple coming in, Netflix, Google. The amount of money is never ending. Why would you potentially want to do bad business, especially with a player? Maybe because you can, but let's hope they don't, even though legally they probably could get away with not paying it. Now, the other big story that people are talking about in the NFL is one that we are pretty associated with.
Yeah, entrenched in almost, you could say.
The Aaron Rodgers saga with the Green Bay Packers. What's going to happen? We have no idea. We do not have... Although we do technically have A.J. Hawk, who's an insider to the insiders on this particular situation, I have not had direct contact with Aaron Rodgers, and this is a rather large deal with me, because if people talk to me, they know, okay, it's coming. All right. Okay. So I try to save my relationships with people. Like when Vinny was potentially either going to retire or sign with another team or kick or whatever, I would talk to him and I was literally like, don't tell me anything that you don't want out, because as soon as it gets in here, it's going to go out. So I've protected myself so Aaron doesn't hate me. But anybody that is out there spewing the fact that they think this leak came from Aaron Rodgers, I think we immediately have to question their credibility going forward, honestly. And I know that sounds a bit harsh, and there's been a lot of very successful and accomplished people in the media world that have been saying that they think Aaron was the leak for this thing. Now, I've not been told by Aaron that he was not the leak, but from following along with this entire thing, this is very evidently not Aaron Rodgers' team leaking this information day of draft after free agency has already happened, where teams who are looking for quarterbacks were spending hundreds of millions of dollars in one day. Why would Aaron Rodgers want to steal the draft, like everybody said, the attention away from all the draftees? That just doesn't make any sense. Now, people will say because he wanted to get moved on draft night, maybe, but wouldn't you release it a little bit before then if you want to do that, so you could build up some time for more speculation and more people to call? And then if you read the actual report that Schefter put out at 3:19 p.m. Eastern Standard Time Thursday via an article, I think, after an appearance on NFL Live, the article is very clearly written by a pro-Packers source. Now, people can say all they want about Aaron Rodgers. I don't know how you feel about him. We've gotten a chance to learn a lot about him. He's been cool with us, been nice to us. It's been nice to see his brain on display, sometimes for 55 minutes to an hour on a Tuesday in the middle of the season, where I think we would have found out if he was just a, like what everybody's calling him right now, a prima donna, a super diva, a prick, an asshole, all these things. I don't think I saw that out of him at all. It might be the case where this is all one big cerebral move, but if you read the article that Schefter wrote in the blog, it basically is from the point of view of somebody who's trying to make their fans feel as if we have done everything we can. This is his fucking fault. Now, I know that sounds crazy to think that the team is potentially trying to write a narrative in their favor whenever they think something's potentially going to go. Now, I would look at that and say, of course that's happening, but that's because I was in the NFL. I was seeing the things that were being reported. I was seeing the things that were actually happening. And I'm not saying that's a benefit of mine and that I haven't been in the media world this entire time where really you can't bite the hand that feeds you too, but also the information that gets you could be big. So the fact that people use the media to set a narrative, and teams potentially do this, and if they're your favorite team, they've been potentially doing this for a long, long time, and you didn't know all of the ins and outs. I like to think of our show as somebody who goes, let's see who's pitching it, whether it's a player or a team. Who's trying to get that information out there? Why are they trying to get that information out there? In this particular case, it's very easy. Aaron and his people were fed up with what was going on in Green Bay. This is my thoughts. This is not Aaron telling me this. This is not AJ telling me this. This is me reading the situation. After seeing what happened in Tampa Bay with Tom Brady, I feel like that was potentially one of the tips of the iceberg where a guy leaves a place that he was at for a long time, very accomplished, but obviously there was some rocky, choppy waters at the end. He goes to a franchise that was struggling at the time, wins a Super Bowl, gets heralded as a hero, and he's going to an organization that is putting all the pieces around him for him to win. This happened with Peyton in Denver. I'd assume this is potentially also what happened with Russell Wilson and Pete Carroll in Seattle. You see what's going on in Tampa. You see what's going on in Kansas City. You see these other teams that are going all in to win right now. And if you're a Mount Rushmore quarterback or have dreams or hopes of being the greatest quarterback of all time, you could potentially see how that's happening in other places, and also stack that on top of a bunch of other shit, whether it was a lack of communication allegedly for the Kumro cut. Then there's other things that are allegedly coming out now that happen about a basic disrespectful relationship, which is not how it goes in the NFL, by the way. The quarterback needs to be a part of the thing. Now, I'm not saying every quarterback deserves that. Okay, I'm not saying, I think you have to earn that responsibility. I think when you're in the NFL and you're a quarterback, you're automatically a leader of an organization. You're one of the head coaches, like the CEO, they got to put the whole schedule together, but the quarterback might as well be the president of the team. That's just how it's going to go. How they go, we go. What they need, we need. How we get them to play their best is how we get our team to play the best. And you would hope it would be a nice business partnership, but it sounds like things that happen in other places with other quarterbacks of Aaron Rodgers' stature is not happening at Green Bay. And it's been obvious as a fan of the Green Bay Packers for 1 year that is evident from looking and from the outside in. Will Fuller was potentially available for trade. Matt LaFleur comes out and says, love him. Aaron says, hey, I love him. I would assume inside conversations are happening like, hey, you look at Tampa, you look at Kansas City, you look at these other places, they have a plethora of weapons. Our offense is awesome, but why not add one more weapon potentially to go past the NFC Championship? LaFleur came out and said he was for it, and then all of a sudden that gets shut down. Then obviously with the Jordan Love draft pick, which it isn't Jordan Love, it's just that is planning for 3 years down the road as opposed to right fucking now. I just think when all these things start stacking up and you see what happens somewhere else, you could potentially get frustrated. And anybody that thinks he was the one that once that information leaked, I think is an idiot. Green Bay saves themselves a lot from the fan side saying, hey, look, we tried, we threw, hey, 3 planes we flew out there, each individual trip. The way they laid it out there, it was like, okay, they're trying to settle up here. I have no idea how it ends. We'll have Insider to the Insiders, AJ Hawk, joining us in the second hour. We'll see if he has talked to Aaron anymore, if he's heard anything. It is fascinating to watch this whole thing happen because we're in a time where nothing is happening. So it is going to dominate the conversation. At Boston Connor, Ty Schmidt is here. The boys are in the back. Appreciate the hell out of you. Foxy, great work on tonight's vlog.
Foxy.
Thank you.
Boy.
I've been getting attacked though by people. People have been telling me that I believe exact words were stop slurping Rodgers is what I've been told.
Slurping.
Yeah, they said I was I do the whole thing. It's not. I'm not slurping Okay,
No.
anybody. What I'm telling you is there was a reason that got leaked on that day by who it got leaked. And if Schrager came on yesterday and he's in the insider game or whatever, so he said maybe it's a spiteful agent, maybe it's another team that leaked this information, maybe it was somebody else that was involved, but it doesn't make sense to be. I can't believe people are actually like, this is Aaron that did this. He wanted this attention. He's a diva. He's trying to steal the draft weekend. He's trying to cause problems. He's all this shit. It's like, how is anybody thinking that at this point? And maybe it isn't the Packers, but it's very evident that it's not Aaron doing this. This is not what Aaron wants at all, I don't think.
No, for sure. I mean, maybe I'm being naive just because,
No. Maybe Aaron does want out, but he doesn't want this thing to be a public fucking spectacle.
Right, exactly. But yeah, I mean, to your point, like, we had him on the show. He had ample opportunities. He definitely said stuff like, alluding to this stuff all season long when he would ask about it. It's not like he was really dodging it on the show. Like, he was pretty forthcoming with it. And then we didn't hear anything. We kind of heard from his point of view, like what, he wanted to be in Green Bay for the rest of his career and all that kind of stuff. And then nothing happens. And then all of a sudden one day it's like, hey, they've done they offered him an extension. They've done everything. They're willing to defer to him on personnel decisions. It's like, we haven't heard any of that stuff. And then now, like, when it comes out that he's pissed off, it's like, hey, listen, we've done everything we can. The ball's in his court. It's just, it doesn't really add up.
Yeah, it's fascinating, especially because it is Aaron Rodgers. Brett Favre has come out and said, hey, he gets a grudge. It's a grudge now. He ain't budging. Hey, I texted him. Brett Favre said, I texted him. By the way, Brett, everything he says gets clipped.
Yeah, thank God we got his 2 cents.
Yeah, Favre knows how to throw gasoline on a situation, no question about it. So
No, to be fair, though, if all these people were calling Brett for interviews about everything, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Brett's doing sit-downs with everything he says gets clipped.
Yeah.
Brett has to see that whenever he's at his house. He's like, I'm down here in the sip. I'm just, I say a couple lines. Look at me, I'm trending again.
I still got it.
Am I trending again?
Yeah.
He is trending every other day, it feels like, at this point. But Brett Favre comes out and says, hey, I texted Aaron. I said, hey, am I going to see you with the Saints down here? Just joking, he said. Just joking. And then Rodgers replied, hey, buddy, I don't believe that's going to happen. Thanks for checking on me. I'll touch base with you after this is all over. All right, Brett. All right, I'll talk to you, man. I appreciate you. I think their relationship is much better now than it was way back then. We got to see it up close and personal. But I do like the fact that Aaron was like, okay, Brett, all right, listen. I don't have a clue what's going on right now. I don't need you to potentially.
Well, and that's not going to stop Brett because he's doing a radio hit today, and I'm seeing that everywhere, getting clipped by saying one thing like he's pissed off, he's not coming back, and then just immediately saying like I hope he stays in Green Bay. I mean, life's too short. It's like, Jesus Christ, Brett, just shut up.
Are you talking about two polar opposite people there, though? Huh? I mean, Brett and Aaron.
Oh yeah.
Okay, and that is a beautiful depiction of the NFL, by the way. Same position, same team. Both incredibly successful. One very different than the other. Very, very, very different.
Couldn't be more different.
Couldn't be more opposite. Now, if you're a Packers fan, I can understand how you can get mad at Aaron, by the way. It feels like people are getting mad at Aaron because that is why the Packers put maybe not the Packers, by the way, even though in the Schefter article it says
it's clear.
League and team sources have told us. So, listen, that's the first sentence. Everybody's talking about this goddamn leak happening, and they're saying it's Aaron Rodgers. The person who had the leak is Adam Schefter. In his article, in the first fucking sentence, it says, according to league and team sources. So it's like, all right, who's the only person that was not said according to in this entire thing? Reigning MVP Aaron Rodgers is so disgruntled with the Green Bay Packers that he has told some within the organization that he does not want to return to team. League and team sources told ESPN on Thursday. Now there's an entire narrative. Aaron did this, Aaron did that. Literally the first fucking sentence of the leaked article, the article about the leak, it says this is from league and team sources. And if you read that article, by the way, it's very apparent that is the case. Now, I know you maybe never thought of it that way. Like, I know maybe, and I don't want to say our show has introduced this, but I feel like we hammer it home very heavily. Like, every piece of information that gets out, there is a reason. You know why there's a reason? Because this is a business, and every business person is trying to get the edge on another business person. That is what it is. I know it's a game. I know a kid's game for a king's ransom. Like, I very much understand that. But the business, Green Bay, PR-wise, potentially trying to get out there that they've done everything they can, trying to make Aaron look like an asshole in this situation, which, by the way, according to league and team sources, which is what that article basically laid out, like, hey, 3 different flights, we tried to extend, we tried to do this. They're laying out their side PR-wise, which is massive in business. And it's like interesting because it feels like somehow that has come out. People have bought in exactly to what was being laid out there, that the Packers did try their best, which, by the way, after reading that article, I was like, okay, so they are at least trying to put a Band-Aid on.
Something.
They're trying their best to do that. I did not expect that out of that whole thing. But then anybody that thinks like, oh, this is Aaron, who's one of the most intelligent persons of all time, and you hate him because you think he's cerebral and manipulative and all this shit, well, why would he put out something that would make the other side look bad and make it? Like, that is just, by all accounts, anybody that thinks he was the leaker is an idiot. And you actually have to worry about whether or not they should be taken seriously whenever they talk about things. I'm not talking about random people on Twitter or fans or anything like that. I'm just talking about people in the media game who know the media game. People that are coming out and say that. Like, that's a very fascinating take for me.
It's even crazy just looking back a year ago. Like with Brady, Patriots fans were so mad at him just because it's like, oh, dude, re-sign. You're getting all this money. Why wouldn't you stay? And then a year later, after everything that comes out, it's like, okay, there were many more layers to this story. And obviously with Aaron and the Packers, this is just the beginning, and I'm sure there's going to be a lot of other things that come out where it's like, oh, okay, so Aaron actually was trying to stay and all this other shit was going on.
And the fascinating thing about the Patriots situation with Tom Brady just happening and Tom Brady going to a place, getting celebrated, getting full support, winning a Super
Being
Bowl,
successful.
the whole thing, the whole city being turned around. By the way, Fanatics saying 101 or 220, whatever it is. 1,200, yeah, year-over-year percent increase or whatever. So, like, everything good happened there. Patriots fans now, a year later, still, hey, that's our guy, Tom, down there. But they have a head coach and a GM and an owner that just spent all the money. Are like, we ain't losing again. For the Packers, will that same type of thing happen if Aaron moves on? Like, that's what I think a lot of Packers fans are potentially staring down to, which might be why a lot of the anger is coming. And maybe another quarterback, whether it's Jordan Love or somebody else, is unbelievable. Or maybe it's a quarterback that gets traded in and the Packers pick up right where they left off. Obviously, that'd be a dream scenario for Packers fans. But there's a chance that team stinks, right?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was on a team that went completely undefeated till we chose to lose. I think we won the division the next year again, lost in the playoffs. And then we almost went completely defeated when Peyton wasn't there. Same roster, good roster. Peyton wasn't there, almost go completely defeated. Everybody's fired. Andrew Luck's on the team. Everything turns around there. But there's a chance that could happen. If you're a Packers fan, you have to stare down that potential inevitability right now. If Brett Favre is right when he says when he builds a grudge, he ain't budging, which is what Brett said.
Well, and also, like we've talked about it time and time again, like where not having an owner is a detriment to the Packers.
1,000,000%.
Exactly. And if you don't have, 30 years of 2 back-to-back Hall of Fame quarterbacks, like how are you going to get people to come there? You're not going to be able to do things like the way you've just always done them. Like things are going to change drastically.
Imagine with Jim Irsay, Peyton, then Andrew retiring out of nowhere, and then going through Phil Rivers now, and then now Carson, and Jim seeing what has happened before in the past. Him having Aaron as a quarterback, okay? And Aaron in the front office aren't getting along. Now it's getting public. Imagine Jim hopping on his 757, getting them both in the fucking plane. Yep. Listen, put your phones out. Let's go. We're going to handle this right now. Is Mark Murphy the guy that's supposed to do that? Is that how that's supposed to work?
Allegedly.
Like, who's the person that does that? Because there has to be somebody, right, who whenever there's people getting out, I don't want to say out of sorts or out of pocket or whatever with each other, there has to be somebody that goes like, hey, listen, this ain't how we fucking do this shit. Is it the fans? Because it feels like the fans are kind of rallying behind that. Who is the who's in charge of accountability over there?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't want to say there's like a vacuum for power at the top, but I mean that's the only place in the NFL where you can do that, where you don't have to be a billionaire and you can run an NFL franchise.
Remember, Kraft had Bill and Tom over to the living room.
Yes.
Like he was like playing mediator.
The glue. Basically.
I have said this a couple different times now about not having an owner with the Packers, and I have to say, to Packers fans listening and other NFL fans listening or whatever, I've only been a Packers fan for 1 year, okay? Mm-hmm. So as a Packers fan.
Big fan, though.
Massive fan.
Yeah.
I watch every single game, every single play, interviews.
Took notes.
I took notes during this shit. Yeah, I was a big Packers fan. There was numerous things that popped up through the season and ideas and things like that where I thought to myself, oh, they don't have an owner? You have to have an owner. You have to have somebody at the table. The Green Bay Packers legacy is huge. Obviously, very long, all the way back to Curly Lambeau. Okay?
That's right.
I mean, I understand that the legacy is huge. It's one of the most historic franchises of all time, which is insane to think that they don't have somebody at the seat of the table, or a seat at the table to, make decisions about who gets what, how things operate, who can do what. I think Mark Murphy probably sits there, but I would assume everybody looks at him and is like, okay, Mark, cool.
Yeah.
Hey. When we need your opinion, we will certainly ask. But with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take our $1 billion pens, and we're all going to write things around here. I just feel like that's a big deal. And it is a much bigger. I don't know how, if you're a Green Bay Packers fan, you've been able to just kind of sit back and be like, this is awesome. Because I respect and appreciate people that are like, this is what the game is all about. It's the fans love the team and everything like that. But man, there are so many situations where, look at the fucking Arizona Cardinals owner. That guy hopped on a plane, flew to J.J. Watt in a log cabin and said, hey, here's $30 fucking million. We're changing everything around. You're coming back.
T.Y. Hilton, too. Remember, he told us Irsay's the reason they got the deal done.
Yeah, it's like, I feel like that type of thing is very important. Now, the Packers have been unbelievable, okay? The Packers have been unbelievable without that. It's amazing to think about. But, Ty, as you shake your head, you're like, there's a chance, though, that could change if you don't have a...
Well, yeah, you don't worry about that because you had Brett Favre and then you had Aaron Rodgers. So, it was kind of just like, hey, it's not great, but we got the fucking guy. And to your point, Jordan Love could be incredible. Whoever comes in next could be incredible. Yeah. But... there are no guarantees in this league, and if they lose him, oh boy, yeah, they could stink for a long time.
All right, let's move on to something else that is captivating the NFL world. Tim Tebow is going to be a good time.
Oh, yeah! Come on, today!
Hey, Tim's going, woo! That's what Tim's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Tim used to, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Tim used to do the full. Mm-hmm. Now he's stick, bang, pow, run people over, touchdown, I'm Tim Tebow. Urban Meyer said on a podcast with the Bleacher Report Gridiron Draft Show, Tony Khan said he's Tony Khan's Jaguars exec, founder of AEW.
Yep,
that's right.
And feels like starting to do a lot more media. Okay, yeah. He's starting to do a lot more media.
Getting out there.
Maybe becoming one of the maybe Shad's going to pass the Jaguars off potentially at some point, or maybe it's a Shad thing. I'm not sure. But the Khan family down there, Urban Meyer really believes. Okay, not just a little bit of beliefs, not a some beliefs. Mm-mm. We're talking really believes Tim Tebow can help the Jaguars as a tight end. Huh?
Yeah. And
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too, Urban. I think that too. You get him in that locker room, are you kidding me with Trevor Lawrence? Fellas, guys, look at this opportunity.
Come on.
There's going to be 300 people in the three pools in this stadium here all day. They're going to be having the time of their lives. Guess what we're going to do? We're going to play football. I want Tim Tebow in my locker room.
Oh, yeah.
I don't care if he's a tight end. I don't care if he's a goddamn coach. Mm-hmm. I don't care if he's the FCA guy, which is the Fellowship of Christian Athlete. I want Tim Tebow in my building. And that's what Urban Meyer, who lives on the edge, okay, he's not elite, lives on the edge. That is what he's saying as well. Get Tim Tebow in here. If he wants to be a tight end, fuck it. Put some pads on him. That's what Urban Meyer's thinking.
I do want to see him bounce back and see what it's like, taking a little contact, running across the middle, maybe having a guy like Devin White.
New NFL.
No way.
New NFL.
Well, no.
Nobody's going to hit Tim Tebow either.
No, welcome back to the league, Tim.
Oh,
welcome back to the league.
You're thinking Darius Leonard potentially.
Yeah, exactly.
Jag.
You know what? I think I'm going to try to take Tebow's head off on this play just to reintroduce him to the league.
No, nobody will do that to Tebow.
I think every linebacker's just licking their lips like,
no!
Oh, God, please, Tebow, come right for me.
You are out of your mind.
Can you imagine a jet sweep pass to Tim Tebow?
Look at that monster, dude.
He's huge.
Heisman, Natty, okay, first-round quarterback, playoff win.
Yeah.
Professional baseball player.
Guarantee he struck out that at bat.
All right, listen. Let's get to a break.
I do love Tebow, though.
No, you don't.
I hope I hope
You
he
hate
is
Tebow.
on the Jaguars opening day roster starting at tight end.
You're just saying the odds in baseball, he probably did not get hit.
More than likely.
That's what you're saying. I wasn't a shot at Tim. That was just baseball.
No, that's baseball.
Stats.
Baby. Hey, shit. 3 out of 10 times, Hall of Fame.
By the way, Giancarlo.
Yeah.
There's this guy named Giancarlo Stanton. He's built literally like one of them statues of just like the strongest human of all time.
Yeah. Mario Pujanowski.
He's holding a telephone pole in his hands.
Yeah.
And he has 8 of the top 10 trajectory speeds of baseball off of the bat this season for the entire MLB. Last night, 120 mile an hour single or something like that coming off his bat. They beat the shit out of the Astros last night.
Yeah, playoff environment. A lot of rowdy fans.
A lot of garbage cans.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yankees fans were all about, making sure the Astros remember Yin's fucking cheated, dude.
Well, because Altuve won the MVP that year. A lot of people think Judge should have,
Oh.
but Altuve was cheating, obviously.
Okay. Look at that big son of a bitch.
Big butt.
Speaking of guys who strike out too much.
All right. Listen, you cannot come. What is that, Mark Schlereth? You're just.
No, I love Giancarlo Stanton, but I mean, the Yankees are paying him like $350 million. We need a little more production.
8 of the top 10 best contacts of the season.
Hitting the shit out of the ball.
Literally.
Only 8
Seams
times.
are coming out.
Yeah, and it's cool when it happens. I need it a little more often.
All right, let's get to a break. Mr. Friday Night, Episode 3 debuts tonight, youtube.com/The Pat McAfee Show, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to Roman, the men's health company. That is awesome. Foxy, this episode you feel good about? You've been crushing these things.
Thank you. Yes, this one's good. Watch the other ones too, because I think those ones are good as well.
Okay, big giveaway at the end. Ain't that right, Foxy?
Huge giveaway.
Massive.
Thanks
Hey,
to you.
Big giveaway. Well, no, not you decided what the actual
You're
price
giving
was.
it away,
Yeah,
Fox.
you're the one that
Thank
decided.
you, Fox.
Thank you, Foxy.
Thank you,
All right.
Fox.
We'll be back in 4 minutes. This is the Pat McAfee Show.
Did you hear everything that was being said whenever you were potentially?
Just from you.
Oh, so you did hear it. Yeah. Okay, so let's address
Hey,
it.
Hold on.
All right.
You can be a hater.
No,
And
Carson.
you can change.
Carson.
You can change. We can change.
No,
your opinion.
at the moment I was at, okay, Carson. With the Daily Show, the live Daily Show, we can potentially get referred to as prisoners of the moment. You probably did hear me say some things. That was at a much different time.
Backtrack a little.
No, I'm
It's
just telling-
cool. We're here face to face. You can change. People change, all right?
By the way, you are much bigger than I thought you were. When Jalen gets drafted there, was that the beginning of it all? Was there a miscommunication? What happened between you and Doug? Because they were saying it was fractured beyond repair.
Yeah.
What happened there? Is all of that accurate? Is that all kind of getting blown out of proportion?
Yeah.
And where did it start?
For one, I don't like to ever come out and say reporters aren't telling the truth because I don't. But
Orlovsky does it.
I'm not. I'm not going to dispute every report that's out there. The way the season went obviously wasn't ideal. When Jalen was drafted, that had no bearing on me. I trusted the organization. I signed that contract. I was devoted to them, and I felt like they were devoted to me. So I trusted the pick. That had no bearing on my confidence or my abilities. The season unfolded not how I would have liked it. Personally, I could have played better. We lost a lot of games at the end and just didn't fall into place the way we wanted. But there's a lot to learn from it, as a man, as a player, and all those things. And, I have still a lot of respect for Coach Peterson. And I think, without a doubt, those reports are very exaggerated. Like I said, I don't hear a lot of them. They come to my attention from my agents or different things.
Yeah.
But I have a lot of respect for him. And it was unfortunate for everybody and how the whole thing kind of just went down.
There was a couple still shots that made its way around where you and Doug Peterson appeared to be giving each other a nasty look.
I saw those.
It's not true.
Not true at all.
Oh, you were not saying, I wish you died. With your eyes?
I don't even think I was looking at him in those shots. So I did see that. I'm like, of course they're gonna play this one up. They're gonna make a story out of anything. That's how it is. So, but yeah, that's not true at all.
Okay, so I'm happy to hear you weren't giving Doug Peterson death looks. Like, you never thought, like, oh, football isn't for me. Like, there was never a thought where I don't like football anymore, or I don't want to be in this bullshit league anymore with this business. There was never a thought like that?
No, I mean, don't get me wrong. The way the season went, I mean, it was frustrating. And
People
so
have those moments.
that's why I stepped away, and it almost rejuvenated me. It's almost like last year pissed me off so much. I want to come back in a different way and do everything I can. I am thrilled to be here and to have this new start, new opportunity. And community seems amazing. Fan base seems amazing. Like we said, it seems like the perfect fit.
giveaway at the end of this thing. Stick around. It'll be worth it.
This is the Pat McAfee Show on Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio. We thank you for taking the time to seek out this small regional show that streams internationally. Here's Pat and the boys.
Welcome back to that show. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Oh,
Yeah.
bars.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
No. Yeah. Anyways, boys, please tell me your favorite part about bird dogs.
Oh, man. The comfortability.
The comfortability.
That's at the top for
That's
me.
it.
Yeah.
What? Versatility.
Wow, a lot of abilities.
Yeah.
Capability.
Yeah, responsibilities. Yeah, good pockets. So you do things
Swimming
don't fall.
ability.
Oh, the swim ability, the breath ability.
Yeah. Golf ability.
Oh, the golf ability, the meeting abilities.
Travel ability.
Oh, the travel ability, the
ability.
packing ability with no more underwear because they got the built-in underwear that's
Yeah.
softer than any underwear you have already.
Yeah.
Lululemon
Soft
ability.
Who? What's that, Z?
Lululemon ability.
Oh, well, it's
person
better
left.
than Lululemon
Yeah,
ability.
Lulu
Yeah.
ability.
Yeah, show
Because
them something.
somebody came from Lululemon and they said, "Hey, let's do what you do, but let's add on to our
Hell yeah.
our built-in underwear that has captivated the shorts world. Let's also captivate the pants world." So what you're saying is the pants comfortability as well.
Hell yeah.
Fabric ability.
The fabric
Style
ability.
ability.
Oh, the style ability because you can dress them up or dress them down.
Yeah.
Bird dogs are the best. And right now, when you go to birddogs.com and use promo code PAT, there's a free pair of Bird Dogs rubber clogs. Someone described them as Crocs, but the rubber clogs with your pair of Bird Dogs. Get them now. They will sell faster than cheese boards, we guarantee.
Oh, yeah.
They haven't, though.
Yeah, because they've been giving them away for a while.
2 weeks. So that was a lie at the end. But what we're saying is, first it was nunchucks. Then it was a hat.
Oh, yeah. I got it right.
Then it was a hat. Then it was a charcuterie board.
Good shark board.
Now it is clogs.
And maybe for a while.
There's a lot of them. But you should be buying your Bird Dogs. They are the most comfortable shorts and pants that exist. Shout out to Bird Dogs. BirdDogs.com, promo code PAT. You can literally wear them to golf, to sleep, to business, to freak. Do you know what I mean?
Anything you want.
Do whatever you want to
Anytime.
do. 1-833-4-McAfee. But before we get on the phones, we'll be joined by somebody who joined us a week ago. Who incredibly knowledgeable man when it came to the draft, but also covers the NFL in beautiful fashion. He does the commentating for the Chargers home games for them. He also has a podcast called The Aftermath that goes out on Mondays of every single season. He can be found on social media at Move the Sticks. And whenever you watch the NFL Network draft analysis, it was a guy on there that was showcasing a brain. So much so that out of the top 150 draft picks, he had 128 of them going.
Damn.
Wow. 128 out of the top 150 hit. Ladies and gentlemen, former Scot in the NFL, now media mogul. Ladies and gentlemen, Daniel Jeremiah. How you doing, pal?
I'm good. This is my vacation. I don't fish, but it's my going fishing look that I've got here.
Oh, is this your house?
Yeah, but it's a fake brick. It's just
Ooh, look at Daniel Jeremiah does. Well, we've been moving. Hey, we've been moving a
Fake
lot of
flowers.
sticks. Hey,
Holy shit.
move the sticks, move the commas. Good. Hey, hey.
Daniel!
That's an NFL Network special. They came out here and set this whole thing up. Ironically, people interpret the gears behind me as either like I'm a car junkie and I don't know how to change a flat tire, or they're like, "Are you a big movie guy?" And I'm like, I stopped, really knowing about movies probably like late '90s. So
Yeah,
0 for 2.
Yeah, you're football stooge, just like us. But it is kind of a shame to learn that that's a set because we're about to go I mean, we're going crazy over that thing. It's absolutely beautiful. Thank you for joining us. I just mentioned it in the intro, and I don't know where you jumped on in the intro. I had to extend an intro because we didn't have you on at the exact time, but 128 out of the top 150. Congratulations on that. There's a lot of talk about draft analysis and expertise and everything like that. Is this normal for you, or do you think this draft was a little bit different than regular? Could you predict what was going to happen? You felt like you had a pretty good grasp on it?
Yeah, I mean, it was up a little bit. That percentage was up a little bit from last year, but in some ways, Pat, because we had no combine and because medicals were a little bit limited, and it was just such a weird year that you could kind of figure out, it was a little bit easier to figure out who those top guys were going to be. We're talking about second, third round guys, because if you went to the Senior Bowl, if you played in the SEC and played a full season, those guys were just safer in kind of a weird year. So it was easier to slot those guys versus maybe somebody that, only played a couple games or didn't play in any All-Star games. It was a different year.
Yeah. Which did you know Trey Lance was going to the Niners? Or you and I talked about it.
We talked about it. Yeah. So true story. I had right when it happened, right when the trade happened with San Francisco going up, my immediate reaction was, okay, yeah, no, this is Trey Lance. It's coming on the heels of his pro day, like it makes the most sense. And then all my phone blew up, and it's like, no, it's going to be Mac Jones. So then we fast forward to right before we talked. I had a conversation with somebody right before we talked. That was the day of the draft, right?
Oh yeah.
And I had a conversation with somebody who said, and it was very reliable source, said it's going to be Trey Lance. And so we come on, you had the information, then I'm like, I'm hearing it. But the thing that I've learned.
Hey, we locked it in. Hey, by the way, I want to let you know. And I don't know if you saw this or not, but when we come in, the vlog tonight has the entire series of events, and you should watch 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We have a vlog for the behind the scenes. You actually see me get the information, and then that full reaction, and then everything. I mean, it is insane. But when we go live, and I go, I'm being told it's not Mac Jones. I'm being told it's Trey Lance. Then we got a text a little bit after that was like, whoa, we're not 100% sure. I'm like, oh, fuck. And by that point, things had already started to move a little bit in the betting lines. And then you came on, and you were like, I'm hearing it's Trey Lance. We were like, fuck, okay, if Move the Sticks knows it. We felt really, really good about that. That came out of nowhere. Was there any other surprises in the draft, do you think? Like Justin Fields to Chicago. I don't think I expected that. Did you have any ideas that was potentially going to happen?
No, I mean, I thought that once he got out of range, if he started getting out, beyond Denver at 9, that somebody was coming up. And I thought it sounded like, from what we were hearing, that Washington would have been the more motivated team to come up, with Chicago kind of in a win right now mode. But I think, I applaud the Bears for doing it, man. Like I said it on the broadcast last year, Pat, that was the most boring offense to watch in the NFL.
Oh, it was punishment. It was punishment, Daniel.
Yeah. So now, look, it's going to be fun, man. I'm excited to watch what it looks like with them, and I thought it was a great move on their part. I did want to wrap up real quick on the mock draft thing, though, real quick, Pat. I have a moral question for you.
All right.
If you have a show that's titled Daniel Jeremiah's Final Mock Draft the night before the draft, I don't think you're allowed to then update said draft the following morning, are you?
No. Well, if you call it it can be the actual final mock draft. You know what I mean? You could have had a sequel there, and maybe one last one. New information, new intel. Here's the actual final mock draft. Are you going to have to change that going forward, or are you going to have to wait for day of draft maybe to release your show?
No, who cares? Honestly, who cares?
Ty, what do you have?
Daniel, why is it that your former colleague Mike Mayock, it seems like in the last couple drafts, the Raiders are a team who everyone's always saying like, oh, they really, really reach for this guy. Like, and I remember Mayock being so good on the draft coverage, and we've heard time and time again that Gruden might be the one that's ultimately making all the decisions. But like, why is it that do you think that Mayock is kind of getting a lot of heat in these last couple drafts for really reaching on guys who everyone seems to be in agreement on that?
Yeah, it's a good question. At the end of the day, and he even said it himself, like he doesn't really care what any of us think on the outside or how we rank the players. So they have conviction and they kind of exist in their world. And if that's what they believe, then they go. This is the weird thing about the draft, though, is I had Merrick as my 16th player. Well, values of safeties has kind of fallen off the last few years. So he ends up falling to second round. So they get Merrick in the second round. Well, then Leatherwood was my 62nd player. I thought he's going to go in the second round. He'll probably go 40 to 60. I wasn't quite as high on him, so he was a 62. So they come out of the first 2 picks with, if you said they took Merrick and they took Leatherwood, I'd be like, oh yeah, great. But they took Leatherwood then Merrick. It's the same 2 dudes. I mean, so at the end of the day, like it's all good.
Yeah, but Daniel, you're going results-driven, results-oriented judgment. You know, we gotta trust the process. I think the fact that Mike Mayock has come out and said, I don't care what anybody has to say about it, makes me respect him more because he was the one who was judging everybody. And there was probably numerous times where he would say something and somebody would say something to him and he would say, why do you care what I think? Like, he would probably be like, you should not care what I think. And I assume whenever he went to GM, he was like, I am not going to give a single fuck about any Mike Mayock out there that is judging me. Like, I love that that's a self-awareness thing, I think, from him too. Like, when he was probably doing a lot of the draft analysis, like you, I assume there's some teams that maybe reach out and go like, oh, why'd you bury us on this? Does that happen in that game, or do you guys kind of get left alone?
You know, because I talked to most of the guys I talked to throughout the process, and that includes Mike. So, you know, he knew my opinion on Leatherwood before he turned in that card, which obviously points to the fact he does not care what I think on players. He's doing his own work. So you talk to all those guys. So there's nothing that I would say on draft night that anybody that has my phone number would be surprised by, because we've had those conversations, you know, running up.
Got it. Okay, Connor?
Yeah, Danny, before the draft, it was reported the Saints were trying to trade up into the top 10, and obviously they didn't get that done. Were there any other teams that were trying to move up or move back and just couldn't?
Oh, that's a good one. I was confused on the Saints because I had one person call and tell me they were trying to move up if Trey Lance were to drop. And then I had somebody else telling me, no, they're moving up for a corner because it's a crying need on their roster.
Not quarterback was the big headlines we saw.
Yeah, so and I assumed that had to be corner. So those were the 2 things with the Saints. In terms of the other teams that were trying to move up, no, I mean, most of the teams who were trying to move up pulled it off. I mean, I knew the Jets were going to try and go up to get Vera Tucker from early on, and I think they probably would have preferred to not have to go up as far. But if you can't get somebody to dance with you, you got to keep calling the team ahead of them. So they ended up making sure that they got their guy.
Hey, I didn't get a chance to see you live on the first round because we were also live. By the way, great show. Watched you.
Hell of a show.
You were the one we were watching in the house. Now it was 15 to 30 seconds behind, so you know there wasn't a lot of that whole thing. When Mac Jones goes to New England, and the whole whether it's the Joker, the insurance man, the Vince McMahon billionaire, whatever the walk is, that whole moment happens, okay? And you don't get a chance to see the war room, but now that we've seen the war room, was your immediate reaction like the Patriots get somebody that they've wanted all along? Or is it like, was your immediate reaction, oh, Bill Belichick's a super genius again, this guy was supposed to go 3, now he falls to 50. What was your immediate reaction to that whole thing, and how do you feel about it now after potentially watching the war room where Bill goes, you good with it? Yeah. I guess there was zero excitement in there. What was your initial reaction, and then is it the same now? And what are your thoughts on the whole Patriots potentially getting another Tom Brady like?
Yeah, my first thought was, okay, it's a good fit. You know, he kind of matches with the way they like to play. And then after I had time to sit back and look at it, and I'll ask you this one, but I started thinking about it, and I'm like, they liked him. They didn't love him. If they loved him, they would have gone up and got him. If you think about it, obviously the Bears love Justin Fields. They weren't going to take the chances that, you know, rely on fate for him to fall into their lap. You look at the Chiefs went up and got Mahomes. You look at Houston, they went up and got Deshaun Watson. I mean, I think even going back, I think they maneuvered around the board, but even go back to like the Ravens with Flacco, like you end up trying to come up because you love the guy. You don't want to. If you love a guy, you're not going to sit back there and go, well, hope he gets here.
That was the narrative, though. The narrative was didn't even have to trade up. Yeah. Didn't even have. Jordan Love with the Packers.
I loved him.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great call. Hey, don't forget about that one.
Well, hey, listen, it's hard to forget right now.
I won't, Daniel.
Hey, Daniel, I don't know if you've been able to follow along with any of this. It has been incredible. And now, obviously, you're in the media now pretty heavily, formerly of a scout in the NFL. I assume you knew how the media was used by different people for different leverage and business, stuff like that. This Aaron Rodgers Green Bay Packers thing is incredibly deep because it's potentially obvious. Now, Schrags, who's an insider, I think, in the game a little bit, said, was it an agent that wasn't happy, or was it another team that doesn't like the Packers that released this information, or was it the Packers potentially, because Adam Schefter literally goes, league and team sources have told us right in there. But that narrative that they've done everything they absolutely can here with 3 planes and everything like that to kind of spin maybe the thought that Aaron's being an asshole, which, by the way, Aaron has probably got to a point where he's like, I don't care anymore. Like, I would like to be treated in the same fashion. Did you know that when you were in the NFL, and then now that you're in the media, is that something that you have to be cognizant of? Like, who's trying to get a narrative out, who's potentially trying to spin a story, and why they're doing it? I feel like that's the first thing I think about whenever I see anything nowadays.
Well, I think there's connections you can draw between certain teams and sources with media guys. So we used to do it all the time. We would kind of know, like, oh, if this guy reported this, we knew it was coming from this side or that side. Now, I'm not as connected to that as I was when I was inside the league in terms of knowing who's kind of whose guy and where this, where a narrative might be coming from. But the Rodgers thing is fascinating because my first thought was, I just don't know how it would benefit him to get this out. Like, if you really wanted to get out of there, I didn't know how it would benefit him right before the draft, because I'm like, you got to have some runway. A deal like this doesn't just, happen in 3 hours. Like, you need a lot of runway to pull that off. And then when I talked to some teams, they're like, no, this has been out there and known for a while. And I think at least teams have tried, the conversations had taken place. So I think, it wasn't something that just was a spur of the moment. I think this had been, you guys well know, had been going on for a little while.
But then the team came out and said, well, only one team has called, and it's been such a cluster. And at this point, it's such a big deal because anywhere Aaron goes, they're instantly contenders. I mean, that's just how it goes. Free agents are going to try to get there in the next couple. That's just the way it goes, especially if the team's all in. What team do you think, just from your coverage of not only the draft and rosters and the NFL and being a scout, what team do you think that's being talked about would be the best fit, or does it matter because it's Aaron Rodgers?
Oh, Denver.
How come? Why do you think that? Nobody thought that.
I look at doing the Charger games, Pat, for the last several years. Like, I see that group, and when Cortland Sutton's healthy, he's big time. He is a big time dude. Then you have Jerry Jeudy's a young wide receiver who's got a lot of tools. They have backs now. I think they just drafted Javonte Williams, who's a stud out of North Carolina. They've got a pretty good offensive line, one of the best offensive line coaches in the NFL at Munchak. They've got pass rushers and a defense that's built to play with the lead. So, I mean, to me, you've got 2 tight ends that run 4.4 in Fant and Alberto. So they've got legit dudes there in Denver. But on the whole Rodgers thing, I don't know where I am. When I kind of look at it from a personnel side, like, it's not going to be on my resume that I traded Aaron Rodgers. Like, it's just not. I couldn't do it. It's not happening. There's no way. I just could never do it. There's never enough. There's not another one out there. You can't trade him.
I don't think that gets talked about enough. And as somebody who was in the personnel side of the NFL, and I have obviously friends now that are in the coaching side and coaches that I've had that I've been able to keep in contact with. And whenever I went on this rant a year ago about Tom Brady, about like, get Tom Brady in your building. If you can get Tom Brady in your building, you get him in your building, because you would – to the personnel's point, to the coaching team, it's like, we want to be the team that has Tom Brady. Like, that is the team you want to be. I don't think enough people think about it that way. Like, you want to be the GM that, oh yeah, we brought in Aaron Rodgers, by the way. You remember, like, everything is kind of thought like that. And it's insane because, Tom leaves, he wins. Peyton left, he wins. I mean, it just seems like this is inevitable, but there's a chance that there's a bigger thing happening here where the players are potentially going to get a little bit of control like what we see in the NBA, and that's why maybe the narratives are getting pushed so hard right now. Like, oh, this guy's an asshole, can't do this isn't how it goes. It's like, I feel like this is going to happen, and I don't know if any of us have any say over any of it. You know what I mean? Like, whatever's going to happen, I don't think any of us have any say over it. I have no idea how this is going to work out, but if you're Gutekunst or Murphy or LaFleur, who, oh my God, LaFleur, when he went out, I don't even want to picture a future with that. LaFleur's drawing up all these plays, by the way. I don't know how, it's going to be difficult to make that move, but the way business is done, I don't know how it happens.
Yeah, I just, again, to me, I would do 2 things. I would go out of my way to try and do whatever I needed to do to make Aaron happy, to appease him and mend the fence, whatever analogy you want to do. But the other thing is I would tell him, like, look, I want to pay you gobs of money. I want you to give you a little bit more insight and involvement in terms of how we're, roster building. I think he's earned that. I think he does deserve a little bit of that to at least be in a seat at the table. And then by also reiterating to him, but just so you know, like, I'm not trading you. Like, you'll have to retire if you want to keep playing. Like, that's just not going to happen. There's no chance of me trading you. So if we try and do the thing through the media, or just know that it's not a possibility.
Hey, and I think that's where an owner would come in too. You know what I mean? Yes. And I think that is potentially something that's missing in the Green Bay Packers organization for this exact moment. I'm not saying everything, but this exact moment. Daniel, enjoy your vacation. I hope you do go catch a fish or maybe swing the clubs well. Ladies and gentlemen, move the sticks. Daniel Jeremiah. Thank you. Hey. Great work on the draft, Daniel.
Thanks, buddy.
Hey, no problem. I've never, me personally, I've had Dans in my life, never had a full Daniel. So I always feel like I'm potentially disrespecting him if I call him Dan.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, sure.
So I want to let you know it is hard every single time to say Daniel because I don't want to disrespect him, but I've never said that in my life, ever. Danny. A lot of those.
Dano.
Danny.
Danny,
Dan, a lot of that. A lot of quick.
Danielson.
Never that. So I
have a friend named Daniel. I call him Danielson.
Okay, so
He's a
maybe
plumber.
that's what I got to do with Daniel.
Yeah.
Maybe I got to take the thing. Extendo on the back end. Maybe Danielson.
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 Top two all time.
Jeremiah. Hey, 128 out of 150. That's pretty good.
Damn good.
He did say it was pretty easy, though, because nobody was really going to take any risks. So he's like, hey, everybody's kind of there, kind of understandable. He's a super humble guy. He was good, though, as a scout, I think, and that's why he's done very well here.
Right.
I wonder if he'll ever go back to the NFL, because he just said, if I'm the GM, this is what I'm saying. So he's obviously thought of being a GM in the past. If he gets a chance after, some time on TV, which seems to be a great resume builder for people to get these jobs, I think I would enjoy Daniel Jeremiah.
For sure. Still fairly young. I mean, he's got plenty of time if he does want to become a GM, you'd think.
I forget he's over there on the left coast. I FaceTimed him this morning. I basically woke him up, and I saw him. He was like, what's going on? I'm like, oh, man, I'm so sorry. Hey, you want to come on the show today? Yeah. What time? I'm like, thank you. He seems like a cool, super cool dude as well.
Oh, yeah.
That whole Mac Jones reaction.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Who?
Mac Jones.
Who?
Hey.
Okay.
Hey. What if he's a guy? What if he stinks? What if he stinks?
They
Let's get
like
some phone
him. They
calls
don't
here.
love him,
Yeah, they would have traded up.
Well, they don't love anybody.
That is true. That is true. I don't even know if they love each other, by the way.
No.
They were all sitting in there.
No way.
I don't know if that's the case.
Hey, just like,
This is
Dan
business,
Campbell
baby.
said, you got a bunch of alphas in there. Everybody's got to kind of lower it down.
Oh, wow.
George Young
Oh, no.
has passed away. Is that what we're just learning here? The story of Blow was based off of a man named George Young who has just passed away at the age of 78. Hey, George, hell of a fucking run, pal.
All run.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, George.
Thank you, George.
Now, Johnny Depp, by the way, obviously great actor. Who knows? As a human, I've heard a lot of things.
Yeah, he's kind of a wacko
I've
now.
heard a great actor. Played that movie. I think everybody on earth who's seen the movie Blow and loves the movie Blow.
yeah.
And the fact that guy lived it, basically, really cool. Now, it ended up being pretty sad there at the end of the movie.
Very.
Obviously, he committed to the game, and that whole thing happened. Hell of a run, though, George.
Thank you, George. Man.
Hell of a run.
Weymouth's finest.
Hey, Two Cities or whatever it is, or the newest Johnny Depp movie, where he's a LAPD cop or investigator. Unbelievable movie.
Really?
Unbelievable.
Still got it.
It's about the Biggie murder.
Oh, that's
They
right.
know who killed Biggie. This is the story from one detective who figured it out, who got his shit buried, basically.
Holy shit.
And then Biggie's mom is actually in the movie at the end of it. So I was like, oh, so this is legit.
Everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a good movie. I forget what it's
What's it
called.
on?
City of Lies or something, I think is what it's
Yes.
called. City of Lies. I don't know what it's on. Netflix, Peacock, Hulu, Discovery Plus.
One of them. Yeah.
It's on one of them. Hulu, potentially. I have no idea, but it is worth it for sure. All right, we got about a minute left here before hour one wraps up.
Oh, shoot.
We'll be joined on the other side with Insider to the Insiders, AJ Hawk.
Here we go.
What have we learned potentially about the whole situation there, AJ? Please let us know. Will he have more information, or will he continue to dodge questions like he did at the end of yesterday's show?
Probably
More
that.
likely. Yeah.
More than likely.
Yeah.
AJ's the best. So are you. 1-833-4-McAfee. We can't wait to chat with you. We'll answer some calls in the second hour, cover some more things popping off in the sports world. There's a golf super league allegedly happening.
Yeah.
$50 million per golfer just to sign up for this thing. All the golfers who have been approached and have spoke publicly about it said, we ain't doing it. But I wonder at what point they potentially would. Is the Super League going to invade the PGA? Is big money going to take down all of these leagues? The players are saying no. The fans said no in Europe. But at what point will the dollars be speaking too loud?
Yep.
What does the future of sports look like? Who knows? Could all change with golf. Could be laissez-faire with a lot of money on the line. Hour 2 is on the other side of the break. We got about 6 minutes. We'll see you then. We are moments before going out onto the field and kicking some field goals to raise a crap ton of money for the kids. And I'm about to become an old man. Said I do this, then I do this, then I do this. Oh, Cuzzy. Oh my God. You want a little bit of that, Grandpa? Hey, you see, you go, I'm just so excited we can raise some money because that's what we're here for. What's going on? Hey, hey. It is hard to see down. Cool, Grandpa. There's no way I lived this long in real life.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for our contestant and cheer him on as he attempts to raise $70,000 for cancer research. On your mark, get set, go!
I've been a fan of the Colts since the Mayflower came from Baltimore.
I don't know, sir. You sound a little familiar.
This is the greatest city on earth. And ladies and gentlemen, it was my honor to raise $70,000 for cancer research. Sorry, I missed a couple. I'm an old man. Let's go. Let's
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Pat McAfee and $70,000 towards cancer research. Go Colts!
And the ball's leaning back.
Couldn't see. It's a lot more difficult seeing. Hi! Old man's got a hammer.
Travis called heads.
No!
Sorry.
You're not sorry.
I'm sorry that it worked out this way, but I told you.
You're not
I had
sorry.
to trust my instincts. You asked me what I thought. I thought it was going to be heads. I didn't
What about
wanna have to
Travis
pick it. I
Kelce
didn't know
going
you
out
put
there?
30K on it.
Yeah, I mean, was that the cleanest toss of all time?
No, it was terrible.
But that thing took one bang straight in. What a horse shit toss.
They watered the field. Old Notre Dame versus USC. They raised the grass.
You son of a bitch.
We all know that wasn't a fair coin toss.
No, it was
They should
not.
redo it.
It was a lot worse than 50-50 after fucking watching that thing.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say that's why you don't bet 30,000 on a coin toss. You know?
Seems like a reasonable thing to bet 30K on.
Because you got no control. You got no control, guys. So I guess not even like a thought to go into it.
Well, Christmas is canceled.
Yeah, we're giving away a lot, but nowhere near as much as we once had thought.
No.
Remember that double 70K? Take it back.
Yeah, for sure. Fanduel just made so much money right there.
Use.
Massive giveaway at the end of this thing. Stick around. It'll be worth it.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we can talk about.
Speaking his mind
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
while being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to that show, hour 2 here on this Cinco de Mayo, in which we hope you have a very happy one. We'll begin immediately following this beat drop from Twine. Bang, there it is. Here we go, hour 2. We got the Hammer Don boys in the studio. You guys are running an absolute heater, which we will talk about here in a second. Also joining us, college football national champion, Super Bowl champion, insider for the insiders, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. Thank you, AJ. AJ, how's it doing? How are you doing?
It's doing well. It's doing very well.
Fuck
How are you?
Well, it might be doing well for you. I don't know how it's doing for me. I'm getting attacked by all angles now because I told Terry Bradshaw to fuck right off yesterday. So now it's kind of caused a little bit more of a storm. This whole story is getting crazy. You are the person getting quoted in the New York Post. And all around the internet. You're in photos on E and in the tabloids with your finger and everything like Entertainment Tonight, I think.
Access Hollywood.
Access Hollywood,
Mario Lopez was
TMZ.
talking
You've been in
about
this whole thing because you're at the Derby like this there with your fingers. You know what I mean? You're doing this thing in the photo. Do you have any updates on how you feel about the situation or any intuition, any feelings that you have on the entire thing, Mr. AJ Hawk?
I do not have any updates.
AJ.
And I guess I'm out of the loop. I have not given it a whole lot of thought since the show yesterday, and have not really
It's all
tried
anybody's
to figure
talking
out
about.
what's happening.
It's all anybody's talking about, AJ.
We're gonna get an
I mean, yeah, on the internet it is, I guess, but
No, you don't have any internet. That's right. You ruined the show with your internet every day. Exactly. This is the Bill Burr thing. Bill Burr was told he was canceled by somebody, and he said, by who? And he said, if you don't look, you don't know. AJ is headlines everywhere. Doesn't even know because his phone can't connect to the goddamn internet because it's so bad.
It's not just the
0% chance Aaron Rodgers retires. Former Packers teammate AJ Hawk. They don't even say Derby partner of Kurt Ferguson, which they could have won one step further, which other headlines did do. But thank you for the no update, AJ.
Appreciate it, AJ.
Thank you.
Did you hope that I was going to like call A-Rod and be like, hey, so I talked about you yesterday. What do you want to refute, and what should I put out there that sounds good?
Well, it feels like that's what the other side's doing maybe with You know what I mean? Fascinating. Did you hear the first? I went on because I'm tired of people coming after me, for what I said, because it's obvious that Aaron did not release this information, okay? Peter Schrager, who's an insider, he said, there's no way this was Aaron. Why would Aaron do this? Daniel Jeremiah, former scout, now media person, he's like, there's no reason for Aaron to leak. That's the biggest thing I think I'm most frustrated about is people have been attacking me, AJ, for supporting Aaron because Aaron's the diva that leaked all this information. He was like, how fucking dumb are you? Listen, I will take it right on the shins, whenever, however, I enjoy it. But if you're just that dumb, though, like I can't take you seriously. I can't take you seriously. And I think that is kind of the thing that I'm most upset about in this entire thing is like, how has that become the narrative that Aaron leaked this, Aaron wanted this, I don't know. His only real statement is through Mike Tirico, where he said, I'm disappointed this has gone public or whatever. Mm-hmm. Because everybody in all parties involved knew this was going to be fucking massive if this got out. Whoever leaked it. I'm not saying it was the Packers. Maybe it was an agent who's not happy. Maybe it was another team that had heard about it. But whatever the case, league and team sources started an absolute bonfire in everybody's life at this moment.
Well, this is something that you mentioned, Pat, in our pre-show production call that we had that we do every day, just like all the big-time shows on TV.
Bingo. I FaceTime AJ. He doesn't answer. It's normally I'm taking like my morning grumpy. AJ's already been up for 5 hours. Yep. Mm-hmm. So I try to FaceTime him. He never answers. I hit him back with another one today, though. Another one today. He answered. He had just got done dropping off his kids and looked like he was going fly fishing in those Ohio waters.
Nice.
Yeah, had the entire thing. Nice. But it was a good conversation this morning. We're like a real show now. Maybe we'll get an Emmy because you just mentioned that.
That is the hope. That's our first step on the path. But going back to what you said about the A-Rod thing, I guess I was naive to it. I heard some different people saying like, oh, how dare Aaron Rodgers try to hijack the draft? And why would you, what a petty move to put this out the day of? And I was like, do people really think that he put this out and he would do this on the, would he really want to hijack the draft and mess up also his weekend he has scheduled at the Kentucky
Derby? Yeah, I didn't even think about that because as somebody who's in that group, there's like, as soon as this news drops, you're like, okay, fucking interesting weekend.
Yeah, this will be a lot of fun.
This is one of the greatest weekends of all time. I packed 700 cigars, for this weekend. You think Aaron's just like, nah, the only time I get to have a blast at a public function, I don't deal with anybody, and I get all my friends together. Let's ruin it. That's what I'm very upset about that. But let's move along. Hey, I'm slurping Raj. That's what people are telling me.
All
dude.
right.
That's what people
Who cares? No matter what, people always think you're either slurping someone too much or not slurping enough.
Well said.
Speaking of, you're right. The slurp talk is always on one side. Hey, it's a fickle conversation, isn't it? Really it's either one-way slurp or another-way slurp.
Bullshit.
Tired of it. I feel like I'm pretty good.
Right down the middle.
Slurp right down the center.
I feel like I am pretty good.
Just enough.
Just the right amount.
Just a little bit.
The handball community is coming after me.
Jeez.
Handball community is coming after me. I got them.
For your team that you picked?
Yeah, and the rugby community, they're coming after me. You know what I mean?
All right.
I mean, what could they say?
Well, everybody's taking it all out of fucking context, too. I said if these guys and the beach volleyball community.
Well, we gave big respect to them.
Love the sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, but none of them are talking about, in the weightlifting community.
Even them?
You got the bodybuilders?
They know Aaron Donald, too. And they're like, prove it, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, listen. Let's not take this out of context. What I said is the country of the NFL, if they had 9 months of nothing else other than the sport, the handball, let's assume Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Lamar Jackson, Aaron Rodgers and the boys can figure out handball. Okay, yeah. I know right now maybe they'll pick up a game, they'll look amateur, but maybe a year. Okay, maybe I was wrong with 9 months. I was off 3 months. I am so sorry. But with 1 year of everyday learning, I'd assume they would fare pretty well. I got attacked yesterday, though. Oh, boy.
Those people are fucking idiots.
Well, what was the argument they had?
Well, I didn't have enough respect for their sport or whatever. I don't think you have enough respect for NFL fucking players.
Yeah.
How about that? AJ? I'm tired. I was in the trenches yesterday, dude.
Hey, Pat, are you the next generation Skip Bayless by just riling up all these different things?
AJ, by the way, we will
never. Go to hell.
We will never.
You saw how much he got paid. You saw his contract.
It was actually 11x what I was offered from that company, which is interesting.
Huh.
Anyways,
Let that sink in.
I don't think we'll do another segment like that ever again. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the brain thought, the 25, 30 minutes of brainstorming. But, man, everybody's mad about it. This is what I've talked about with Skip Bayless. He has played Piano Man every night, okay, for 30 years. The same way, same passion, and he is still making money off it. I have the utmost respect for that. I cannot just get on my Twitter, though, and just have everybody tell me I am a sack of shit.
You fucking suck!
Which I assume Skip Bayless does, because that is just, I would like everybody to get along. I like to be a unifier. Yesterday, fucking every community was coming. Terry Bradshaw's fans were coming after me somehow. I mean, it was, yesterday I was in the middle, and I'll go in there fucking again if I have to, but I'm not going to do another segment that just sets me up for
You forgot a long-time rule of this show. We don't do those segments. We judge those that do those segments.
Yeah.
We don't do the mock drafts. Well, you did do a mock draft. We don't do the power rankings. We judge the power
rankers. Yeah.
Those people must hate gold medals because, shit, we won 10 of them yesterday.
No.
Can't say that.
We did not.
It feels like we did.
No, that's not what I was told by the respective communities of sports that we allegedly offended yesterday.
Did Usain Bolt say anything to you?
No, but I did think about him while Tyreek was running down the backstretch in my mind. I saw Tyreek leaning and Usain doing this thing.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe we do get silver. You know what I mean? Yeah. Maybe we do.
Still on the podium. Of all the events, track sprinting is the one where, like, all right, you could sprint for a year. You can only get so fast.
Yeah, but there's like little technique things. There's a kid for the Browns, I guess, who just got drafted.
Third round.
He was not happy. I guess he actually is like an Olympic sprinter or whatever. Shout out to him. He hasn't played a fucking down yet, which is what we were going off of, but he is in the NFL, so that is on us. I apologize, Flash.
Sorry.
Pat,
Yeah.
please don't let the weightlifters, the wrestlers,
that's
the
a bullshit.
handballers, and the guys who haven't even played it down in the NFL yet win.
Okay.
Hold the line.
Okay. I'll make another fucking roster, too. Wait till you see the Winter Olympics.
Oh, man.
They are not going to be happy with me. Anyways.
Derrick Henry on the Alpine course.
The rugby, you don't even know. They have to play defense.
They were that
you don't
bad.
think Derrick Henry can learn how to tackle in 12 months? What are we doing? What are we even doing?
Okay.
Yeah. Rugby was coming after me.
Fucking sprinkle a couple linebackers in there, dude.
Well, yeah, by the way, we did forget, we should have created another sport for the honey badger.
Yeah, probably.
Especially now that he's a friend of the show. We should have got him in there somewhere. He would have taken some. I'm not saying it. I love Olympians. But I'm just saying, if the country of the NFL was to show up at any of these things after a year of training with the competitive mindset they have, not that Olympians don't. Hey, not that Olympians don't. I'm just saying I think it would be pretty competitive in some of these things.
I was thinking what he would be good at. How come Mount Midorian was not in the Olympics yet?
Yeah, you're right. How about the aggro crag? I mean, there's a lot of things that we could maybe make the Olympics better, too, if we want the Olympic fans to just come after us, too.
Give the honey badger a saber.
Well, ipso
Give that
facto,
guy
I think
fencing.
the aggro crag is kind of in this year.
You're 100% right.
That's a good
You're
point.
him
See ya.
fencing.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Oh, we win.
Yeah.
Oh, there's going to be some string bean rich white, okay, in Europe who's not going to be happy about us saying that old honey badger will be able to pick up a sword and fucking win the fencing goal.
I'm pissed off the
fencing community.
You take chances when you go against the fencing community.
They'll stab you right in the back.
And we didn't even talk about the cycling. I mean, Russell Wilson on that Peloton.
See ya.
Are you kidding me,
The
dude?
fencing community can shut up until they do it with real swords, okay? Until there's blood on the mats, don't talk about it.
I have a lot of respect for the sport. Okay,
Absolutely.
I watched a documentary on it. The way they train with the points and the lasers, I have a lot of respect for it. But let's assume that if Tyrann Mathieu decides to pick it up, he's going to be pretty good at it pretty quickly.
Yeah, quick with the blade.
That guy in Europe who's, a pro fencer, he's just mad he's getting silver.
You're right.
Who would do
You're
the
100%
That's the
right.
only reason they're crying.
Who would do the what?
The luge.
The loogie.
All right, we'll move on.
Suck it, Gil.
Zito, appreciate that, pal. Really appreciate what you did back there. AJ, let's take some phone calls, shall we?
Yeah, man, I'm glad I don't have to weigh in. You're much braver than I am to take on all those different fan bases, fencing, cycling, all of them.
Do you think we win? Do you think the country? Not we, because I'm not on the team. Maybe I am. Maybe I'm like Pepper Brooks, though. Oh yeah. Maybe I'm like,
Calling the action.
The individual commentators. I would be the broadcast team for the country of the NFL.
You could probably be the Easterby for the country of the NFL for the Olympics.
No, that's
That's Tebow.
Yeah, it's Tebow.
Especially now he's back.
Yeah, I thought we were putting him in. I mean, throw him in boxing.
I guess there is a pivot role in handball. I learned a lot about handball last night.
Oh, yeah.
From the tweets I got. I guess you do want lefties in there too. So somebody did say, remove one of these and put Tebow in there. And I'm like, all right, listen, if we're putting Tebow on the team.
Wasn't it based on throwing?
Tua.
That team ain't fucking losing right there. There's no way that team's
All right, we'll
losing.
put Vic in there.
Don't need lefties.
A 40-year-old Vic.
How would this team lose in
There's
handball?
no way.
Tell me, AJ.
I don't think they can. We should talk to Jake the Snake Plumber. He's a big-time handball player.
Jake the Snake Plumber, huh? I bumped into that guy 3 a.m. on the streets of New Orleans down to Super Bowl.
How'd it go? I love Jake.
He viciously attacked me.
Jeez.
Out of nowhere. I was like, all right, big fan. All right, Jake. He was with my guy, George, Rules of Handball, George Foster. A match consists of 2 periods of 30 minutes. Okay, we're going to have to work on our cardio, boys.
Okay.
Okay,
That's
we're going to have to work on our cardio. Ain't no problem. We got a year.
Yeah, got a year.
Got a year
Plenty
to do
of
this
time.
with. Each team consists of 7 players, a goalkeeper, and 6 outfield players. Okay. It was a colon there. It wasn't a semi. It was a full. No, it was a semicolon. It was a hey. This is to clarify what we just said there. 6 and 1. Okay. Outfield players can touch the ball with any part of their body that is above the knee. Oh, wait till you see what Gronk does with his hips.
Oh, hell yeah.
Once a player receives possession, they can pass, hold possessions, or shoot. If a player holds possession, they can dribble or take 3 steps for up to 3 seconds without dribbling. Only the goalkeeper is allowed to come into contact with the floor of the goal area. Goalkeepers are allowed out of the goal area, but must not retain possession if they're outside the goal. We win.
Yeah, I mean,
Game
it's not
over.
even close, dude.
Checkmate.
What are we even talking about here?
Yeah, I feel like 12 months of preparation, and that's all they do is train for it like they're in the Olympics.
AJ couldn't play though.
Can you put that team back up there, please? Why? Because his hands. By the way, if this team was the handball team, I think handball would be the #1 sport in America.
Absolutely.
Oh shit.
Yeah. Dribbling too. Think about how many guys in the NBA dribbling a handball.
Oh yeah,
Game would be
this
over.
is just the country of the NFL.
Yeah.
But you're right. If we had Russell Westbrook,
Yeah. Kyrie Irving.
I mean,
Come on.
Now listen,
Zion.
Oh,
And this isn't
jeez.
even the best of the handball players. Like Josh Allen, you chose for a different event. I'm sure he'd be hell of a handball.
bingo.
Oh,
Josh
yeah.
Allen is throwing
Yeah.
the javelin. It's on the same day.
Flacco.
Oh, footsteps.
Well,
Well, and also, by the way, you
Don't
can,
ruin the
now
case.
you can start going like Jarvis Landry,
Yeah.
who can throw the ball,
Great
and
dodgeball.
Odell Beckham Jr.
Playing goalie because he catches everything.
Yeah, Julian Edelman, great
Oh,
arm
yeah.
with it, good knee.
Good,
Uh-huh.
yeah.
Plus he's shifty,
Anyways, I'm
First
tired of
one,
getting
last one
attacked for the truth. We win. Congrats to us.
You lose.
Congrats to us. That's
Congrats. I can't wait till the next list that you put out.
I'm not doing them anymore. I just said it.
Yeah, but what about like an NFL chess team? I mean, could
All
you
right.
think about?
I would assume Aaron would be on that team.
Absolutely.
Which is why
Mike Vick's the coach?
That is something that Mike Vick would be the coach because he did become a chess master, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
While he was passing his time, that's what he said. Incarcerated, he played chess every day. I would like to see him go take on people in chess now that Chloe Sicilian and
Beth Harmon.
Beth Harmon. What is it?
Queen's Gambit.
Queen's Gambit.
There it is. Okay.
Couldn't think of the name. Vic should have went out and played. I assume he's going to be very good. He's the coach. But the people that say Aaron's super smart and all that shit, and they say that he did this on purpose, it's like, well, if you compliment how intelligent he is, you think he's cerebral and manipulative and all this shit, why would he set himself up to look like an absolute jackass? Like, he would not do that. So it's like, all accounts of people thinking Aaron like this are dumb. Now, he might say differently. Maybe at some point it'll come out that it was from him, but that doesn't make any sense to me, AJ. And we're back at square one. Let's now talk about, AJ, the Hammer Don boys, okay, the HDB, live 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, youtube.com/Hammer Don. They are incredibly hot still.
Oh, yeah.
Are you guys just
Sizzling.
are you guys gonna be good forever now that you're every single day and that's all you guys focus on?
well, it's at least going to be a hot hammered down boy summer.
Wow. No, it's going to be a white boy summer.
Again.
MLB's been treating us greatly. The hammered down boys who call in on the money line
Wow.
were undefeated yesterday.
Really? Randoms that call
Callers
in.
of the show.
The HDBs.
HDBs.
The Hammer Dime Boys. The little gang you guys have created of winners over there.
Yeah.
Fanduel has to hate you guys. What is the trick you guys are doing to win all these games?
First 5, Pat. I mean, 6 and
baseball.
2 last night. Baseball. Just run it forward. Keep it going.
What if Fanduel says like, hey team, listen, We're going to have to redo the algorithm for about a week. We're going to have to shut this first 5 down. You guys think you guys have it completely cracked here, the code? Do you think?
I will say no, because last time we said that we did have a losing night, so I did not want to tempt the gambling gods, but
fair.
I feel pretty good. We appreciate that. AJ, Urban Meyer says Tim Tebow will make the. Hey, congrats, by the way,
yeah,
boys.
Thank you, boys.
Good job, boys. Not easy to win like that.
Good job, Hammer.
Did the Jacksonville Jaguars Super Bowl odds change that Tim Tebow is potentially going to be playing tight end for them?
they got worse, actually.
Okay, that's a shot. That was a shot. That's not true. Tim Tebow, good tight end or not a good tight end here on May 5th, 2021? You think he'd be a good tight end or a bad tight end in the NFL?
I have no clue. Has he ever played tight end at any level?
He played PP, personal protector on a punt team.
You saw Aaron Hernandez play a lot.
He did watch Aaron and other tight ends, not just Aaron Hernandez, but
He's one of the best tight ends ever.
He saw a lot. Aaron Hernandez was very good at the football position tight end.
Cut on a dime.
What's that, bub?
He could cut on a dime. He's quick.
Okay, yeah, he was very quick. Yeah, he would have been a game changer for sure. Gronkowski and Andrew. Okay, see, knew you were going to get there. Knew you were going to get there. Was trying to cut it off early, but you have no idea. I think he's going to be great. That's what Tim Tebow does. And Urban Meyer
is great. Yeah, he is. And if Urban is going to bring him in, I mean, if he's going to take up a roster spot, it's not like a charity case Urban's going to do. He wants to win more than anybody. So I assume there will be a role for Timmy in there.
Well, Schlegel and Tebow, how will that just be a volcano of motivation, or how is that whole thing going to pan out, you think?
It will be like two forces colliding. But I texted Schlegs early this morning. I said I was watching an interview where Tebow told me he's going to out-squat you and he's going to double your deadlift.
Oh, so you talk shit to Schlegs. Yeah,
Schlegs has not responded. He's too good of a guy to respond to.
Yeah, because you kind of put him in a pickle there because Tebow might be a player that is on a team where he is going to have to coach. So if he responds in any fashion of he ain't going to fucking beat me, it's like, whoa, are you kind of burying? And then if he responds with, yeah, Tebow probably will do that, you'll hold that over his head for the rest of his life. So you kind of put him into a check type situation there.
Trust me, Schlegs is not going to respond and say, you're right, he probably will. I don't think that's one of his responses.
Left tackle Eric Fisher is visiting with the Colts this week. Anthony Costanzo retired after an incredible career. Was not nationally known, but I got a chance to watch him kind of grow into being a dominant left tackle in the NFL. Quentin Nelson changed him a lot for the better. Whenever you get that guy next to you, it helps out. The left tackle position was left open. We did not know what was going to happen with the Colts, especially since Carson Wentz has been brought aboard. But I do believe Chris Ballard said Carson Wentz had a rugby player, blocking for him last year. Yep. We promise you we won't do that. They bring in Eric Fisher, who was let go from the Chiefs, and the revamping of the offensive line over there. Your thoughts on this? Did you ever play against Eric Fisher, and do you think he's still got it?
I think I did play against him. Yeah, he's coming off a torn Achilles, right?
Yeah, and that is a tough injury.
It seems like so the Colts obviously haven't signed him yet. I'm sure they're checking on his Achilles and seeing when he'll be ready to go. But don't you think you can get him relatively cheap, maybe, coming off the injury?
I would assume the injury, especially in Achilles, it is
like a 1 year. Give it he probably needs like a prove-it year. Like, hey, let me make sure I'm good, and the Colts can say, hey, we can give you that opportunity
and a chance to win, maybe, and a chance to win. So who knows if Ballard's going to offer him a contract or they're going to figure it out or whatever. But the Achilles deal is a massive ordeal. Whenever it happens, everybody's bummed in the facility. ACL has obviously been ending seasons and careers for a long time with the new 4-week IR thing, and you could potentially come back and everything like that. Maybe we'll see more people with the 17 games come back from an early ACL, maybe if science figures it out. But the Achilles is just an absolute, nobody really knows why it happens. You can prepare for it, but if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. Usually it's non-contact. You can just be walking, moving. And anytime it happens, the entire level of morale around everybody is ruined. That's why this Jawan James, is that Jawan James, right?
Yeah.
$8.5 million contract is what he's owed next year. He pops his Achilles training off the field. Now, with the way contracts have been set up for so long, there's an asterisk in every single contract that I was a part of. Maybe I thought it would change going forward, but if you get hurt away from the facility, they don't have to cover it. And it's just the way it's been for a long time. I talked about it earlier with the lockout. I went skydiving as soon as the lockout happened because we had Cobra insurance, because Cobra wasn't able to tell me, like, we ain't going to cover anything if I just so happen to fall from 13,000 feet or whatever, which could happen in the NFL. But this is a situation that the NFLPA and the NFL are going to be judged heavily on, because this dude, the Broncos know they're going to make money, contracts and rights and everything's going up. They could pay for this, but legally they could say no as well. How do you feel about that whole situation, AJ, and what do you think happens?
I mean, I would be a little bit. I am a little bit torn about it, and I've talked about it on here before. The old joke, what you used to do. Hey, if you got hurt outside the facility, you got to hobble on in there and act like you did it during practice or during the workout. Like that's just was the old joke that people would always make. But especially right now with the COVID situation, everything, I can't see a way where they don't pay them. I know legally they don't have to, but I would think they're going to take care of it.
Didn't you think that maybe that would get changed with the recent CBA? I would assume that's why a lot of players are coming out and they're like, hey, like this is a thing that we've been, told. It was just kind of the standard. Like, hey, if you get hurt, it was just kind of how it was. It's just how contracts were. This is standard NFL contract talk right here. If you get hurt, they don't have to cover it, even though they will. Ben Roethlisberger crashed his Hayabusa in downtown Pittsburgh going through a 5-way intersection that is blind. A lady ran the intersection, hit him. He did not have a license. He did not have a helmet on. It was a pretty reckless situation by all accounts. The Steelers did pay for it, but I remember the stories coming out like the Steelers do not have to cover this at all if they're angry. This is just kind of how it's always been. With this situation, if it doesn't get paid for, the NFLPA could have to, really eat some shit here from a lot of its players, especially now Patrick Mahomes came out. I think Tyreek Hill also came out. Other guys came out and they're like, what are they supposed to do? Just not train anywhere? Like, how is this supposed to happen? It's fascinating stuff, and it's all big business stuff, which is how everything has to be treated whenever you look at the NFL these days, even though we wish it was differently.
Hey, but how do you end up changing it? Because if you say, hey, if you get hurt working out away from the facility, yes, it is covered in your contract, but how can you prove? Then it's going to become a big thing of proving that you got hurt working out and not skydiving or not jet skiing or doing something like that.
Yeah, I remember thinking I did something. I was kicking balls in my backyard, and I felt something like kind of pop. Ooh. I felt something pop like in the back. It was in the back on like one of those, I don't know what the hell it is, but the two thingies on the outside of the knee in the back. Like I felt it pop, and I was like, oh no, not good. It was in my left knee. So there was a kicking period coming in like 3 days or whatever. I was like, all right, I have to get to that kicking period. I have to kick one ball at least in that kicking period, and I'll be. But that was literally immediate thought upon that thing. I'm like, God, what is that? Okay, well, now this can't affect anything. Because
Tough it out.
But I woke up the next day, it felt better. The next day, it felt better. But you saying that whole, like the old thing was you got to get into the building. That was very real because this has been just a standard for a long time. Put that back up there. So I think it is the gracilis.
So it looks like, yeah.
The gracilis in the knee is what that thing in the back is.
Yeah.
AJ, do you work out all these muscles?
Well, these are just muscles. They're not showing the ligaments. I thought you were talking about a ligament.
Well, I have no idea. I think it is a ligament, maybe, actually.
I was looking at muscles.
Zito's looking at muscles. Zito's looking at the muscles.
Obviously.
But I hope this happens. Obviously, I hope the Achilles gets paid for. That's one that you can't, tough it into the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
Well, and he opted out last year, too, and we always talk about these teams having like a little human feel to it, so we'll see how they actually feel about old Juwan.
Vic Ballard had an Achilles, I think. I don't think he ever got back from it. Robert Mathis had an Achilles. I think he had to get like 13 surgeries or something like that.
Damn.
The Achilles is tough, dude. For all we know about it, and we know, obviously, it killed that one king or god back there. Yeah, the Achilles there. But it's tough to prepare for. It just can kind of happen out of nowhere.
So I was looking at Eric Fisher. I thought he was Pro Bowl 2 years ago. He's a Pro Bowl actually last year, and he toured in the AFC Championship game. There's no way that he can play this upcoming season.
So it's probably going to be a 2-year deal.
And the Colts also drafted someone in the second round who tore their Achilles, I think, in December or something like that. So they don't give a shit about the torn Achilles.
Chris Ballard.
8 months. He can come back in 8 months, I bet, by September. When did he tear it? January?
Yeah, end of
AFC
January.
Championship game, yeah.
You could definitely say he can make it back this season. Maybe not the very start, but yeah, I think he can.
And you probably do get him at a pretty good rate at this point.
And the Colts probably should grab him because the Broncos are bringing in basically every tackle available.
And a veteran. is added to a veteran team.
Guy has a ring.
Number 1 overall pick.
Yeah.
Let's go, Chris.
Here we go.
Irsay did say that they'll keep their eyes out for every situation that was going on or something in his immediate press conference post-draft. So I wonder if Irsay was like, brother, we are getting a tackle. He's awesome, AJ, isn't he?
Oh, yeah. I don't know. They tell me the numbers, and then they say, yeah, I can pick that plane up. $80 million. There it is.
All right, we got to get to a break. 4 minutes, and we're back with some phone calls. AJ, I can't wait for you to talk to Pat in Denver, Ace in Chicago, Sonny in Toronto, Patrick in Wisconsin, Justin in Florida, Nico in South Carolina. That is quite a wide range of people in cities. We can't thank you enough for listening to this small regional show. We'll see you in 4 minutes. I love Hawaii, man. Every time I go there, now granted, you make a Pro Bowl, you think you're going to Hawaii. Instead, we went to the desert in Arizona. And then the next time I made a Pro Bowl, it was in Orlando. I was like, I'm out. I mean, come on.
Were you the first group that they stopped doing Hawaii?
Yeah, I think it was like first or second group, of course. Of course. Worked my entire life to get there. I mean, it's an honor. It wasn't, though. I completely understand why guys don't go. It's like Tom Brady sitting out for another Pro Bowl. He's like, yeah, he doesn't want to drive 3 hours into the desert right now to go practice.
Go wherever he wants.
Yeah, and then the games, they need to make it just a bunch of competitions. They need to make it a bunch of contests, like the 40, everything like that. The bench, bring back the bench for the offensive linemen. Get an eating contest in there. Get the kickers to do a kicking contest. Get the punters to do a punting contest. Have that quarterback challenge that I watched on NFL Network just a couple months ago. Have that happen again for the long ball. You get Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes in there. You get Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers throwing maybe on an accuracy challenge. I like the little games that they set up for the quarterbacks. By the way, I would have went to the one in Orlando. I actually said I would go if they would have let me compete in the quarterback little carnival thing they had. And they told me no. And I was like, well, I'm not going.
Who makes that decision, the NFL?
Yeah, I got an actual letter that said no. And I was like, well, I retire and I'm not coming.
We regret to inform you that you are not allowed to participate in the quarterback
I think I would do well in that thing, by the way. I think I would do very well in it. Everything is like right in my range. Like the deep ball, I think, is like 40 yards. For me, that's that's my actual flick of the wrist. Like, you know how you watch those Dude Perfect videos?
Oh, yeah.
And it takes them, I don't know, who knows how many
thousands.
I mean, I'm not going to judge them. A lot of other people do. People say it takes them 4,000 attempts. But if you throw the ball as far as you can and it lands, then you just put a trash can there. You're like, all right, I'm just got to throw this as hard as I can again. And then it's like science is basically making you hit that.
Great way to do it.
In that particular quarterback carnival that they do, everything is right in my wheelhouse. Like I was built for it. And I told Conte, the Colts PR guy, I had a dislocated kneecap at the time. I was supposed to get surgery. He was like, are you going to play in the Pro Bowl? Because I had like a $250,000 bonus on the Pro Bowl or not. I was like, I made the Pro Bowl. I should get my bonus. And he was like, well, technically in your contract, it says you have to play in the Pro Bowl. I'm like, am I allowed to do that quarterback challenge? They're like, no. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it. Jim Irsay still paid me, by the way.
What a guy.
As he should. Good dude.
Yeah, as he should, by the way. No, I don't think he should. Because the contract technically said, like, people say billionaires stay billionaires because they're stingy with their money. He could have not paid me. He chose to pay me. Good guy. That's why I think the Detroit Lions just hated Calvin Johnson.
Pretty big breaking news.
Oh, no. What's that? Oh, he got got. Oh, he got got. He got got. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Tony. Chester. We got to get to a goddamn break. Can't happen. Can't win with it. Everything I just said was wrong.
It would have been cool though if it was right.
It would have been cool, wouldn't it? Diggs just got it, darn Schefter.
Oh my
It was at Ultra Weed Hater.
He got a cockiner.
What was it doing on my timeline?
Bro, McCockner's just jujuing on me.
It's the show recommended by 0 out of 5 old white guys. It's the Pat McAfee Show.
I think 1 out of 5 would, of the old whites.
Yeah.
One out of 5.
Maybe 2. 40%.
It's not bad.
Quick math show.
Pretty good.
AJ Hawks here. How you doing, AJ?
Hey,
Great. How are you?
AJ, I got a question for you.
Can't wait.
Are you going to break any news today about this whole thing?
Come on.
Oh, I thought this was related to the read that you're about to do.
Nah, I'm putting it off till later.
I don't think so. I don't think I have any breaking news. Do you?
I got some breaking news.
Okay.
This show is a daily show that has a ticker now.
Oh, really?
We have a ticker now. Yeah, I don't know if it's live immediately or has been live because we can't see it in the studio, but we have a ticker that is going to be updated just like we had on draft night. I believe we're going to move into the daily rotation with the ticker. AJ, you know what comes? Quotes from the first hour if you missed it. Updates on any potential news breakings that could happen on the show that maybe you are showing up late to. There'll also be trivia in there. Where will you be able to make some money? Yeah, I mean, the ticker trivia thing is going to be a big time thing. We'll get quotes, potential guests that are coming on the show, ideas, just to keep people updated on what's going on, maybe occupy the optics a little bit down here at the bottom. You know what I mean, AJ?
I like it. Will I be able to see it from my end?
I don't think you
Unfortunately, no.
nor me will be able to see it.
So I add some wires and
Zito production needs to get tightened up a little bit.
There we go.
He needs to call a satellite down to shoot that thing over there. But is it up and running right now?
Yeah, it is up and running.
Let's go!
Yeah.
Ticker! Look out for trivia questions in there. Ticker trivia will be something. I don't know if we'll do it every day. I don't know how much we'll want to kind of kill that or not. The thought was it'll be one like question you probably could Google.
Okay.
There's another one that is directly related to the show. And then the third one will be an ungoogleable question.
Nice.
You know, much like the what sandwich is Ty eating or
Right.
something like that. And then you have to get all three. You'd have to tweet them out with something. And then we'll just kind of give away, you know, a couple $100 a day if you watch along. And there's more reasons, hopefully, for people to watch along. And, you know, us to say thank you to them for doing such a thing and spending their afternoon.
Ticker is very useful. I just found out that NFL insider AJ Hawk has provided no new updates.
Yeah,
on the Aaron
that is something that
Rodgers
did make it onto the ticker.
situation.
Yeah, that did make it on the ticker. We will not say who is running the ticker, but that did make its way onto the ticker, AJ. It's a shame that is breaking news at this point.
Yeah, sorry, AJ.
No news is breaking news, AJ.
It's a shame that whoever is running this ticker sure has a lot of power since I will never see the ticker.
Well, I will never see it either, by the way. So it's not, if you think it's me, it's not. Okay?
I'm good. I think it's awesome. I think you should also put up whoever's doing it. Like,
wow.
Shit. That looks awesome.
NFL insider AJ Hawk has provided no new updates on the Aaron Rodgers situation. Our ticker's the best. Our ticker's the best.
Handball guys are mad.
Okay. Yes. By the way, speaking of handball, let's go ahead and put a ribbon on that whole thing. I guess the best handball player in the world has tweeted about us. He is from France. He said he would love to play against the team that we put together. We'd love. Hey, nothing but respect for your work, Nicola. Nothing but respect for your. He said would be nice to play against them, and I want to let you know, Nicola. I don't think it would be, pal. Okay, you would not be talked about ever again in the handball world. All right, just want to let you know, I respect you. I appreciate all the hard work. I love watching handball when the Olympics come around. Every single time, I think, why is this not a bigger sport in America? This is a great game. This is a great game. It's a fun game, action-packed game. There's a lot of athleticism going on. With that being said, if the country of NFL decides to get into the handball world and commit a year to it, Nicola's probably never winning a game again.
You lose.
Hate to break it to you, Nicola.
He's an NFL fan too, so he knows.
Oh, he gets it. 2A Trey fucked, pal. Okay.
What'd you just say to him?
You are very fucked.
That's right.
Yeah, that's. And by the way, my French skills are, at a college level.
Sure.
Okay, it's
Still
not
pretty good.
elementary. It's not elementary. It is a college level. 6 classes of French I have taken.
Damn.
Wow.
Yep, I have.
That's damn near fluent.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing about it is, I need the word box. You know what I mean?
big time.
I need the word bank there for that whole thing. I can understand when other people are speaking slowly. You know, like if they have a, you know, like for instance, in Morocco, their second language is French, and they speak it, and I think they speak a little bit slower potentially than the French do. And as I was walking through a market in Morocco, I did hear and decipher a group of people talking shit about our group.
Sure.
Now, to respond, I basically just said, you know what I mean?
I gotcha.
That's basically what I said. So I felt good there, but that is the only time it has ever paid off for me, other than talking shit in French to the best handball player on earth. So that's 2 times. Everybody should be taking Spanish. I don't know what the fuck you're doing. Ain't that right?
Yeah, exactly. Like when will you ever need French if you grow up here?
Why was that an option?
If you go to Paris.
I'm with you. Spanish from day one. They should start Spanish from first grade on with English.
Now listen, it's just, hey, let's just acknowledge what it is. If you're going to make us take a foreign language, which they did, they forced us into. And by the way, the French community, the French speaking teacher community, I'm sure is a very nice group of people.
Oh, yeah. Great
Okay, my
people.
French teachers were all very nice, okay? I enjoyed them as humans, but there's no reason for me to be fucking learning French.
Nope.
All right? There's no reason for it. You know, German was an option. Latin was an option, I think, which, by the way, okay, I understand you want to go with Latin. You can kind of figure out every other language, I guess. But Spanish should have been the only one. I don't know why they let my dumbass pick a language.
Well, what about Chinese?
Maybe, yeah. Maybe that's an option as well.
I think it's Mandarin.
Yeah. You have, by the way, that's despicable that you don't even know the
They offered Chinese in my college and high school.
Yeah, that would be Massachusetts.
Sense. They don't offer Mandarin. They offer Chinese.
In Massachusetts. Probably in Ohio, same thing. Hey, you want to take Chinese over here? You want to take Chinese? Is that happening over there in Ohio, or is that just Massachusetts?
I think it's just wherever Connor's from.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
That's what they were offering. Okay, and you forgot about the breaking news. Foxy's giving away a boatload of money tonight.
Oh yeah, put that on the ticker. Put that on the ticker. Whoever's running the ticker. Whoever's running the ticker.
Who's doing it?
Let's go ahead and add that on there. That there's a new vlog coming out, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, Mr. Friday Night.
Yep.
Foxy's giving away a boatload of cash.
Big amount of money.
Yeah, it was actually his. It was a gift to me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Very nice of him. Foxy, you're a good guy.
Good guy, Foxy.
Good for you, Foxy.
Good guy, Foxy. AJ, have you given away your $20,000 yet?
Ooh. No, that's what I'm trying to do.
I hope
I'm trying to. Has Mitt found yet someone from my Instagram?
Well, Mitt's been worrying about his goddamn landlord catfish situation. I don't know if he's got a chance to figure it out. By the way, the podcast that comes out of this office, today's episode is worth a download. It is worth a show. Let's go to Sonny in Toronto. What's going on, Sonny? It's always sunny in Toronto.
Hey, Todd, what's going on, brother?
Hey, just hanging out, Sonny. How you doing up there?
I'm doing good, boys. Hey, shout out.
Shout out.
Hey, yo, did you happen to see what RG3 said about Kirk Cousins? Just totally buried him. He goes, he's sitting there collecting checks in Minnesota, leading them to 8-8 seasons.
What's that all about? You think RG3's got a little beef still from the Washington football situation?
A little jaded.
Did he say that? Did Bob really say that?
I did not see that.
Neither did I.
He was doing RG3 was on some kind of podcast or draft show thing. I know he was quoted as saying something else that I think he was trying to make a case why he would be good on some teams.
Yeah, you're like a mentor or something, right? He wanted to be
Trey Lance.
Yeah.
So that must have been the show that he said that, right?
So did he also say Kirk stinks?
It sounds like it.
I wonder if
You
Kirk.
would think that would be. Wouldn't that be the lead? Wouldn't that be what gets picked up from that instead of that'd be a good mentor?
Well, especially in the world that we live. And maybe Sonny was like, how come nobody's talking about this? This guy said that he stinks. And maybe, Sonny, we appreciate you doing that for us, pal. But I've not heard that. I did not hear that. Who knows if that's real or not? I have no idea. Washington ex-quarterback RG3 blasts Cousins for collecting checks, touts himself as mentor. Okay, here we go. This is via Mike Fisher on May the 4th be with you 2021. Robert Griffin III is looking for work and maybe looking for attention too. Whoa, Mike.
Come on,
Jesus
Mike.
Christ. Everybody's getting buried in this situation. Griffin, the former Washington football team. By the way, they probably asked him to go on this show. He gives answers. He's looking for attention. They asked him to probably come on.
How about that?
Now, this is that media thing. This is that media thing. Like, players are always, you know what I mean? And it's not
you don't need that. You don't have to start the article out like that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you're setting a tone. Like, oh, here's a player. Like, okay, all right. He's probably asked to do that. How come the people that are doing the show aren't asking for your viewers, which means looking for money? Like, how come that isn't how you... Oh, I know why. Because the media has pretty good relationship with a lot of... And, not all media, not all teams, but I'm just saying it does feel as if the players potentially having a little bit more saying things is pissing people off, I'd assume. I'd assume people are not happy or thrilled about that. We'll see how it all ends up. But Griffin, the former Washington football team QB, predicted to BleacherReport.com that Vikings quarterback Kirk Cousins will end up losing his starting job to just drafted rookie Kellen Mond, and that he, Griffin, should be signed by the 49ers, the perfect mentor for new quarterback Trey Lance. On the Cousins situation, I can tell you that number 8 in Minnesota is not real happy right now because Kellen Mond represents exactly what he doesn't do well. Kellen Mond is the big physical quarterback. He can run it, throw it all over the field, and I don't think that's something number 8 is able to do in Minnesota. As you've seen, Cousins has been collecting checks there in Minnesota for a long time, taking them to 8-8, 9-7 seasons.
Whoa!
Mike Fisher did say he was looking for a little bit of attention. Maybe what he was referring to is when RG3 said this, he knew that this was potentially going to get picked up. Hey, there might be something going on there. If I die, I die. And RG3, do they hate each other? I didn't know they hated each other. I didn't know that was the case.
I mean, they may hate each other. I would assume they just don't talk. Like, there's no communication from either of them.
I would assume RG3 hates Cousins. I don't think Cousins cares one way or another. Took his job, got paid a bunch of money in Washington, and then now in Minnesota. I don't think but I would be. I mean, if I heard that RG3 hates Kirk Cousins, I'd be like, yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know, because it feels like, I don't know.
I don't think you say. Would you say something like that about somebody you're good friends with?
No, never.
Probably not.
Never. That's what I'm saying is like he could have, he could have peppered it a little different. Like, for instance, Brett Favre, if he wasn't friends with Aaron Rodgers right now, he'd be coming out with a hammer like Terry Bradshaw.
Yep.
But instead, since he's friends with Aaron, he's coming out, he's like, even when he holds a grudge, he ain't budging. It's all in how you decide to talk about it or whatever. That's the narrative, by the way. That's the whole thing we're talking about with narratives.
To Ty's point, too, I'm sure when people say, like, oh, you remember Bob Griffin on, the Washington football team, then they had a different name. It was probably like, remember when Kirk Cousins saved Bob Griffin because he got hurt?
And you think RG3 hears that all the time, and he's like, this guy stinks. I'm sick of it.
You guys.
Hey, he did have like a 28-yard run, though, that made me and Foxy a lot of money on Wednesday afternoon football.
Then he popped his hamstring the next play.
Which was perfect.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't lose any yards running anymore.
True. For our pockets, not for RG3.
No, not for Bob.
I mean, you are a terrible person.
Bob's got a statue. All right, Bob's going to be all right.
That's true.
Bob going to be all right. All right, let's go to the phones. Justin in Florida. What's going on, Justin?
Hey, Pat. How's it going?
Just hanging out, pal. How are you?
Now, boys, AJ, how they doing? Happy drinking day on the 5th here.
Cinco de Mayo. Hey, more like drinking de Mayo, am I right? Maybe drunker de Mayo later.
You guys put on people on hold for an hour and a half on the 5th. What are you going to do?
Yeah, of course.
But
all right, let's go to Nico in South Carolina. Nico, what's going on?
He's hammered.
What's going on, Pat and the boys?
I want to know the question.
Yeah, it means it's the computer. You know what I mean?
Goddamn Dell.
What's going on, bud?
Nico, what's going on? This is Nico in South Carolina. Nico knows.
Nico, let's let Pat talk over your question. Come on.
No, I don't want to do that. But I don't want us to complain about getting fucking finally on and then bitching about it. You know what I mean? Like, hey, listen, we got a lot of things to talk about, pal. We got an insider of the insiders, okay? Sorry, we're not going immediately to you down in Florida when you get online. Fuck you.
Yeah, Jesus Christ, AJ.
Okay, well, thank you, Nico. AJ. Thank you, Nico. Nico knows. Like, hey, Nico, I was excited for that guy from Florida. At that exact moment, by the way, I'd seen he had potentially been waiting. I'm like, this show needs this guy right now. And then what's he do? He goes on and bitches about it. Like, hey, pal.
No thanks.
He's hammered.
He is drunk, though, so we shouldn't hold it against him. Call back next week. Maybe a sober de Mayo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true.
That'll be a good one. Nick gave me a standing ovation in the back when I hung up on the guy, though. I would like everybody to know that he has been wanting me to be a little bit more aggressive with the phones. I like our callers. I appreciate our callers, but shut the fuck up. Nico, what do you want to talk about, pal?
And that's the
Hey, first and foremost, before I get with my question, I do want to wish Mrs. McAfee some good wishes. I know somebody in her family's got an operation today.
Smart. He's good, by the way.
Let's go.
Yeah. Got a text, yeah.
But my question is...
Old Bob Pulford.
With Justin Fields in Chicago, I know they've gained some extra weapons, with the draft and post-draft, including C.J. Maribel from Coastal Carolina.
Yeah.
I want to see if you think that their offensive scheme is going to be a little bit different because I can't remember the last time they've had a mobile quarterback. Hell yeah.
Okay, I agree. And by the way, Mitchell Trubisky, whenever he was number 3 overall QBR, they had him moving a lot, which is why everybody was confused why they just had him parked in the pocket. Now, was that Mitchell saying that, or was that Nagy and Pace deciding that? I mean, that's to be decided, I guess, here. But if they let Justin Fields do Justin Fields thing after, Andy Dalton does Andy Dalton things, that's a recipe for success over there. Hey, that's a recipe for success, AJ.
Hey, well, don't you think if you draft a guy that is athletic, runs a 4.4 40, and can throw it, you're going to use all of his tools. So, yeah, you're going to run him a little bit. You don't want to get him hurt. But, yeah, it's going to be an option for sure.
When he showed up at that pro day, by the way.
Yoked.
Yeah.
He ran a 4.4. Now, granted, it's not combine time, so.
Might be faster.
Might be slower, might be faster. Who knows? That whole thing. Normally, though, when somebody visibly puts on weight, they're normally slower, right? So he was probably faster last year when he looked small. Now, we might be completely wrong because Gronk came out and was like, everybody's saying I'm small, I'm only 5 pounds off or whatever. It's like, well, you look much differently than your whole thing. Fields looked visibly different in his pro days. He looked absolutely yoked, which is good news because he'd probably be able to take some shots. But running a 4.4 with, I think, more weight on him that guy's a freak, huh?
If you can gain muscle and you can gain speed or keep the speed that you have, yeah, that is huge. That's everyone's dream. That's your goal. But, yeah, usually when you gain, I mean, I don't know how much. It depends on each person. But if you start gaining 10, 12, 15 pounds of muscle, you may slow down a little bit.
What would you run right now if you had to run a 40? What did you run coming out, and what would you run right now?
I don't know. I mean, geez.
What do you run?
I have no clue.
What do you run?
The fact that, what?
What did you run, a 4.4?
Depends where you get the times from. There's 500 different watches.
What was the fastest?
I have no clue. They didn't tell me.
4.59. So we're getting.
Was that
here.
combine?
Mm-hmm.
See, that's different because the combine is like an actual laser setup.
There wasn't a laser back then.
Oh, so it's hand time, so it could be.
Oh, it's funny. It has yours. It has yours being faster on here, I think.
Yeah, but I've never run a time 40 that's documented, so that's just made up.
I don't think I was timed at 4.59 anywhere.
4.64.
That ponytail you had at the combine, AJ, there's no way you didn't run a 4.59.
You ran 17.63 miles an hour. They just did the math, I assume.
What is this? If I ran a 4.64, I would not have been drafted where I was.
Oh, so he's very pissed off about this.
Ran a 4.4 at his pro day.
Yeah, that's right. So, hey, by the way, you wanted me to say you ran a 4.4 and lock it in.
No,
we were kind of going down the path here that the internet was saying something different, and you were like, whoa. Let's wait 1 second. So you ran a 4.4. You had a 40-inch vert.
If that's what it says, yeah.
Well, it says you ran a 4.64 too, so I don't know what
the numbers. You can't. Yeah, the jump. Yeah, I jumped 42. I'm a 2-footed jumper. I'm not a 1-footed jumper. That's why I'm pretty good at it.
Oh, is that what you're driving? Okay, so you
powerful season.
A 42-inch vertical.
40.
When did you start dunking? Were you able to dunk like 8th grade, 9th grade?
No, I don't know. Maybe freshman year. Just two. I was never. I don't know if I ever dunked 1-footed, but yeah, I could like drop step 2-foot dunk.
Hey, you're a fucking freak, huh?
Yeah.
Bench press 24 reps, kind of weak. Is that because you got that that beat up boob, or what is that? You didn't give as much effort on that?
No, I gave plenty of effort. That's just the max reps I could do in bench.
Was that one you were taking serious? Because I would assume Schlegs and Bobby Carpenter, that was a big meathead conversation piece about you guys, I assume?
But our bench press?
Yeah.
No, we didn't. None of us were real. Like, Schlegs is definitely a heavy bencher. He's not a guy that's going to do 225 reps. Bobby probably the same way. Bobby's got super long arms, so he's not built for that either.
Bro, 40. Oh, so you just said, you see what he said. I only got 24 because I got super long arms.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't. No, Bobby has long arms. I do not have long arms. I should get more, but I told you I'm not a good 225 bencher.
How come? Is it because you're more like a max out guy, or you
because
just
it doesn't matter? That's why.
24 is still good. There's guys that get like 8 or 9 or whatever.
Yeah, that's as long as you get over like 15, you should be okay.
Oh, did Brady do more than you? I think he did.
Yeah, I think he did. 28 or something. 29.
Guys, hey, I'm gonna let you in on a little tip. It doesn't hurt my feelings if Brady or someone else benched more than me at the combine. Just a tip.
Is that a tip?
Because people think that's something I would take so personal. Yeah, right. Let's get down a bench
Thanksgiving.
right
Yeah,
now.
it kind of looks like you're kind of flustered
obviously
right now.
bothering the hell out of you.
It doesn't matter. We didn't try.
It's gotten to the point where it bothers me that people think it bothers me.
I get it. Okay, like, is something wrong? Is something wrong? Is something wrong?
Yes.
Is something wrong?
Something's about to be.
Is something wrong?
Tell them.
Classic insider spin zone.
Oh, a little narrative pushing.
Yeah.
AJ's gonna bash holes in this wall.
Is that on the ticker? Or?
Should be on the ticker.
Is that on Hour 2's wrapping up here. Is this me? Oh, Brady Quinn. 24 reps. Tied.
Wow.
Has that ever come up in the Thanksgiving? Like, hey, Brady, like this is all you really tried to do. This is what you love here, and I stink at it, and we tied. You don't do that at all?
I mean, we do that every single Thanksgiving. We actually pull this up on our screen. Let's go through drill by drill, guys. And then you laugh at him, and everyone points, and they laugh at me, and they point. Yeah.
Your family sounds awesome.
Yeah.
AJ, if you had to run one right now, what do you think you would be able to run?
6'2".
Okay, because that's what guys are running, actually. Rich Eisen's St. Jude Run Rich Run thing got a chance to see. Terrell Davis, Ray Lewis, and then Michael Vick ran a 4.7 still.
Yeah. Jeez. I saw, did T.O. run like a 5.01 or something?
I didn't see T.O. was there. He ran a 4.4 or something, I thought.
I saw somebody run like a 5.0. That's someone that's very fast. I was like, I might run a 10 flat.
Yeah.
That guy runs a 5.
Well, that's what I was thinking, too. In my head, I was like, I could probably run like if I've never run an actual timed 40, and I'm like, I think I could actually do a pretty good thing. Then I watch all those guys run, I'm like, I ain't fucking ever doing that.
I'm good.
No way. I think those days are long gone. Seems like the earth is holding you down longer than letting you move as you get older. Hour 3's on the other side of this break. We'll answer some phone calls and cover everything happening in the sports world. The insider to the insiders will join us as well. AJ Hawk, we'll see you in 6 minutes. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Well, hello, sensual piano keys. You sound incredibly inspirational and motivational. Big announcement coming from our company. You know, throughout my entire life, I've made decisions that people have said, ooh, that is stupid. You've read about them, you heard about them. When I was in high school, I went to an underground poker game, won $1,400, flew myself down to Miami, won a kicking contest, and got a scholarship to West Virginia the next day. I turned my back on soccer that day. Everybody said, you're an idiot. Why are you doing that? You have more schools looking at you for soccer than you do for football. What are you thinking? Fast forward 8 years with the Indianapolis Colts, and I was on top of the world, top of the mountain. How's the view? Not too shabby. And when I was at the top of my game, I decided, you know what? I'm going to pursue some other stuff. My friends and I are going to go to work on the internet. We're going to try to chase fulfillment as opposed to just a paycheck. And there were some interesting responses from people of power in the sporting world.
Make them tear the uniform off of you.
Sure.
Look, somebody needs to stage an intervention. People who know this guy, get to him now. Make him put his helmet back on and get to camp.
Oh no, there's no intervention, Wilbon. No. Here we are 3 years after that date, and it's a celebration, bitches! Cut the music! Let's hand out some bags to the boys. For the boys. For the boys. By the way, that's for you, brother.
Oh my God.
Are you home? All right, come out the front door.
What's up, dude?
What is this?
What's this?
Oh, you son of a bitch. What the fuck?
Fuck you. Oh my God. Oh yeah. That is the bag of money.
Oh, the Fanduel deal went through. There's $50,000 in there for you. Here's a backpack with $50,000 in it. Oh, $50,000 in there.
Oh my God.
Yes, there's $50,000 in there. Yes, there's $50,000 in there.
Are you fucking serious?
Let's go.
Did you rob a bank?
Oh man. Let's go, dude.
Let's go. I appreciate you, buddy.
Yo, this is...
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, dude.
We did it?
Couldn't have done it without you.
Oh, thank you.
Dude, it's a fuck ton of money.
You guys.
When I asked Dan Patrick for some advice, he told me always take care of the boys.
Well, and you should know those people that are there with you,
that their value cannot be overstated and should not be overstated.
So, Mike Wilbon, they didn't hold my jersey on me. They didn't hold my helmet on me. We didn't have an intervention. What we have is a celebration. Because when you bet on yourself, sometimes you hit for big. And for us, the only place we'll bet for the next couple years in an exclusive deal, Fanduel backed the Brinks truck up to our office, and we have never been more thankful, more excited, and more together as we promote the greatest sports book on planet Earth.
Massive giveaway at the end of this thing. Stick around. It'll be worth it.
What do you think the plan is with Justin Fields in Chicago? I know we heard Andy Dalton was the starter and all this stuff. What do you think Fields plays from day one?
Fudge, yeah. And AJ, you play that joker from the first snap of the season. Now, I think the pressure 100% falls on Matt Nagy going, you know what? I failed Mitchell Trubisky. Wow.
The Pat McAfee Show.
There'll be no rules for our guests, for us, for the things we could talk about. Yes,
speaking his mind.
I've never had a problem expressing my opinions or my thoughts or anything like that.
While being relatable.
I haven't had that manufactured fake-ass celebrity that a lot of people have whenever they go on those big networks. I've had a chance to really build my crew, build my following, build my audience.
And ridiculous.
What am I supposed to do? So I'm supposed to look at something that I can definitely afford and say, nah. Is that what I'm supposed to do?
The Pat McAfee Show starts in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back to the Pat McAfee Show here. Happy Cinco de Mayo to you and yours. Hour 3 begins immediately following this beat drop from Twine. Shout to Twine for that beat drop. We appreciate the hell out of you. Joining us from his attic in Ohio, ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk. Yeah! AJ, you look unbelievable, pal. How you doing?
You look good, man. You got that downlighting for your shoulders and your triceps. I know you know what you're doing, don't you?
Yeah, it's not downlighting. This is just hard fucking work.
Yeah.
All right, that's what this is. Loyalty, sweat, respect. Shout out to Billy Tubes for getting me the Rock shoes for my birthday.
Oh, nice. Boy, Bill.
Yeah, and on the box it says that. So that's why I've been getting after it. I actually recorded one of my boxing matches last night in the Oculus from the outclass level. Is like, hey, this is the highest level all the way through the first round TKO or whatever. I've been getting after it in there. I'm feeling pretty good. The intermittent fasting's crushing it. Thanks for noticing. I do look much better than I did look 3 weeks ago when I was a 270-pound fat stooge. It's great to be back. Thanks for body shaming me into that, AJ. Now, let's talk about something that's going on the internet right now, AJ.
Yeah.
And I think you're the perfect person to talk to because you were in a photo with this guy, and you have been the insider to the insiders in this situation. Jerry Krause is currently trending on Twitter right now. Jerry Krause, by the way, was somebody that nobody on the earth outside of Chicago knew existed really until The Last Dance took place, where Jerry Krause, the story was told as he was portrayed as the guy who was trying to break up the greatest basketball team of all time, trying to send Jordan out of town. He was trying. Now, granted, he did put that team together. Then he saw the ending of it before everybody else seemed to see it, was trying to take it down. He was portrayed as a dancing stooge, basically, in there as a allegedly now it is being reported on the internet and on some show somewhere that I should know, but it happened literally just a few minutes ago. Allegedly, Mike Garafolo is reporting that Bob McGinn is reporting that Jerry Krause was referred to by Aaron Rodgers in a group text setting in the team, and he potentially, allegedly, was telling free agents that he wasn't coming back or wasn't going to be a Packer for a long time. That's Garafolo, Bob McGinn, via Mike Garafolo to your ears right now. AJ, I'm not sure if you had heard this or not. This is wild. Is there just going to be stuff that's just going to start coming out? This is going to get insane. What all is going to take place? This is just like when Pete Carroll and Russell Wilson had this situation and their respective parties were obviously leaking information. This is fascinating. It's only going to continue to grow. Your thoughts on this immediately upon hearing about it?
So if this alleged text message calling Goody Jerry Krause is true, which who knows if it is or isn't, what's he saying about Goody? What is Aaron? What bad thing is he saying?
Oh, because you're saying that.
I'm not saying I have no clue if this happened. Who knows? But also, who cares if it did? If it was what if it's a throwaway in a it's
joke.
Very topical. Say you're watching the documentary. It's very topical. I think everybody had a Jerry Krause in their brain they were thinking of.
And what if it was because the way Goody dances or how something that happened? Yeah. What if it was a moment in The Last Dance that's like, hey, do you remember when? Maybe it was. By the way, maybe this didn't happen. Very maybe that didn't happen. But if it did, there's different ways it could have happened in the context of a private conversation that maybe is a group. I mean, there's a lot of things that could happen there. Don't love, if it is real, that got out. Obviously, don't love that. That is, if it is real, don't love that for any of the parties involved. Wouldn't love it for anybody else if it happened as well. But man, this could get ugly. Hey, this could get real ugly here, Ty. Yep. It seems like this is kind of, speeding up here quickly.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, after something like this comes out, you kind of just got to put the helmet on. I mean, I feel like I'm in the trenches in WW1. There's just going to be bombs going off. I feel shell-shocked already, and it's like, who knows how much more shit's coming out.
You've been slurping Rod.
Yeah.
Dude.
If you're leaking group chats, though, you should be taken out to pasture.
Well, that's why Jimmy from the Colts thing was. I was so like. So, worst case scenario is this real? This is real, and somebody's leaking a private conversation with Andrew Luck's wife to the public so they can get some clout. Okay, so that's like worst. Best case scenario is this is one big troll job and it's a lie that's been kind of blown out of proportion. In this particular case, it's like there's no real. It's going to get ugly here.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Because everybody could just say anonymous source, right? Everybody could just say anonymous source said, I have somebody with information on the situation. Okay, so do we. We have information on the situation. Ton. It's like, who is going to, oh, man. It's a wild time right now to be a Packers fan, maybe an Aaron Rodgers fan, and possibly, Brett Favre gut tells me Aaron Rodgers is done with the Packers, says Brett Favre.
Oh, yeah. It's going to the Saints.
Brett Favre said, gut tells me Aaron Rodgers done with the Packers. This follows reports this morning that Brett Favre said that he texted Aaron Rodgers, and Aaron said, thanks for checking on me. I'll hit you up after this all settles. Now Brett Favre says, hey, my gut tells me that when he holds a grudge, he ain't budging. He's done with the Packers. Oh, my God. What a wild ride this is, AJ. It has to be crazy for you because everything you say is being taken like, okay, that's a guy who was with him. So right now, this is like Real Housewives type shit going on, AJ.
Well, and also nobody knows. Nobody knows what the outcome is going to be. Favre can say his gut tells him he's not coming back, but I would imagine everyone involved in the situation is like, well, let's see how this thing gets figured out because I don't know right now.
Yeah, I think everybody just kind of holding on. Everybody's probably just.
What's the next step? Like, what is? I'd be curious to see. Like, what's the team doing now? What's Aaron and his agent doing? Like, is there communication or what?
You need an owner, right? This is when the owner somebody has to come in and be like, "Hey, listen, boom, let's relax, please. Can we settle this now?" Yeah. Because Aaron's only statement is through Mike Tirico via Kentucky Derby. Okay, his only statement is, "I'm disappointed this got public," right? And I assume he said that because everybody in there had to realize that if this gets out, it is going to be massive, potentially catastrophic with everything like that. So I do believe he was actually disappointed that it got public because there has been situations like this in the past that have been handled differently, that have been, handled behind the scenes. Like, hey, let's not do this. Okay, let's not do this whole thing. We both understand how this is going to go. We're both adults here. We've been here. We've done that. You know what you've done. I know what you've done. I see what others are doing. So I just feel like as soon as this thing gets made public, all parties had to know everything is changed now. Everything, we're going to have to probably expedite this whole process. We're going to have to get this answer quicker, sooner. This is a lot of decisions to be made. It's just like there's a lot of pressure now on all parties involved. All parties involved have a lot of pressure right now because this is going to be something that's going to be talked about probably for a long time with the NFL.
It'd be June 1st is like the next date, right?
Yes.
Because that's when obviously we've heard what Favre's saying. Brett's guts telling him it's over, but they basically have a month to rectify this, right? And if they don't, then he's gone.
And Foxy, get this one ready here. I can't help but think about David Sampson. All right? We had David Sampson on the show. He is the former Marlins general manager and president, I believe. Okay, the Florida Marlins. Different sport, okay? MLB, baseball, different sport. Listen to what he said, okay, he did as a general manager, as a president, and listen to the entire thing because he kind of owns it. This was a real eye-opener for me about everything that you hear about potential situations happening behind the scenes.
What we would do is we would float when we wanted to sign a player. We would float it out there to see what sort of reaction we get to a certain player, whether it may move the revenue needle. If we were going to trade a player, we would start floating out, listen, this may not be the best teammate. We may have a clubhouse issue, so we could try to ease the pain when we're making a trade because of money. When we're doing some sort of promotion, we would float out there an idea that we had. Why can't we all just get along, for Christ's sake?
Well, because you were a scumbag leaking information that was a lie about a guy because you wanted to cut him because he was worth money and you wanted him to be a bad clubhouse guy. That's why we can't all get along. That is real. And then he goes on to say, if you think I created that, I have a bridge in Brooklyn for you or whatever. So it's like I want and hope that everybody has their best interests in everything they do. But I think with what I've learned, and by the way, that's David Sampson, by the way. He has owned everything that is him. We enjoy the hell out of our conversations with him, actually, because he is so transparent about what he did, and maybe others do, but he might be an anomaly in that whole thing. But I would assume that for a long time, the entire, hey, we need to get ahead of this PR narrative-wise has been something that has just happened, and everybody's been like, oh, didn't even really know what's going on. Him just being like, yeah, we absolutely did. That, for me, I was like, okay, so it is legit. And I would assume that others might do it as well,
Yeah, I'm sure there's plenty of other teams in all different sports that do the same thing, and then I'm sure there's a lot of teams that don't do it.
And players probably do it too, by the way. Now, we do have to be fair. There are probably at certain situations where that happens as well. But I think in this one, this would not be a player-led leak here, this particular time. I mean, the way it's gone, the information that has been leaked, when it was leaked, there's just nothing about it that seems... And there's been people that even ever since we even explained all the reasons why about how it's actually the worst time. People thinks he wants attention over draft week. Like, okay, well then do it 3 days in advance, 4 days in advance, so teams could potentially make the move. It's not just day of draft. That's not something you'd want to do. And maybe it was dropped to steal the storyline of draft weekend because last year's draft weekend storyline was how terrible they were. Now it's like, look at all the good we've done. I mean, it's just, and we're not saying the Packers leaked it either. Okay, it might have been an agent, it might have been another team, but it just makes no sense still why Aaron would be the one that leaks this, and he has not told me this. Okay, I don't know if he has told you or if you know for sure, but legitimately, I don't know how this would be on Aaron's side of this entire. It makes no sense at this point.
And if he really did want to steal the spotlight from the whole weekend of the draft, he would have went up to Tirico and been like, "Okay, here's here's the whole entire
Turd
thing."
Ferguson, dude.
Laid the whole thing out. Like all he said, he was just bummed that it came to public.
How long do you think he had the Turd Ferguson thing planned? And did he have to have a conversation on whether or not he was going to do it now that the situation they were in?
I really wish I would have asked him about the Turd Ferguson deal. I will eventually, and I think he'll probably be okay with that getting out, the reasoning behind it.
See?
I mean, it makes sense.
I mean, that's cryptic, AJ.
See? There it is.
I don't know anything about it. I really don't. I understand the Jeopardy tie-in and SNL. I get that, but I don't know what spurred it, if he planned it, or all of a sudden somebody
this is what I'm talking about.
Like, hey, man, wear this.
This is what I'm talking about.
You're lying, AJ.
Everything you say, dude, it's hard not to just be
You're
like.
right. Actually, I left it. I left late Friday. I tucked a little envelope under his pillow with the Turd Ferguson name tag. Said, "Hey, bud, wear this tomorrow."
Okay.
Wow.
Okay, so that's. Okay, so AJ
Breaking.
Hawk,
I did.
same person that said there's 0% chance he retires, is now saying he was the gifter of the gift that was the Turd Ferguson interview on Twin Spy.
Get it on the
Thank you for that,
ticket.
AJ.
Get it on the ticket.
Because Turd Ferguson did wear a cowboy hat, and AJ picked the Cowboys to win the Super Bowl.
And Jeopardy.
Yep.
Holy shit, Rodgers is going to the Cowboys.
Yes.
And potentially hosting Jeopardy.
Big
My God.
From Dallas.
And Lefty, by the way. Lefty.
Oh yeah, lefty. We
Oh,
forgot
yeah.
that. Did that get any traction?
He's,
Oh.
the Broncos have been looking into right tackles, obviously.
Yeah.
So, well, they, for numerous reasons.
Hey, when would this? Don't you think this would have come out? Okay, so they're in virtual off-season stuff right now, virtual meetings that Aaron is not taking part in. I assume the team knows eventually when they are speaking to the media, they're like, hey, who is not in virtual meetings, and they could either they're going to lie and say Aaron's there. No, they can't do that. So people would have found out he's not doing virtual meetings. Then maybe this would have started to trickle out.
Oh, so you think that they wanted to get ahead of this because they knew it was going to get leaked eventually. So let's get out in front of this. That's definitely that's a workable theory, by the way. That is.
And I'm not saying it's very reasonable to say like, hey, the team didn't want to put it out right when it was put out, and they didn't have to make some grand push. Maybe it was just something that information was gathered from Schefter and people, and they figured it out.
Were you the one in the group chat that said Jerry Krause, huh?
No, you should put that on me. Maybe I the one that said Jerry Krause, and nobody responded, and someone put it on A-Rod in the group text, and they told this guy.
And they didn't know your number. It was a new group chat.
Yep. They saw the A for AJ, and my name's Aaron too. So actually, no, they probably had me under Aaron. Oh, this is all my fault, right?
Jeez, dude.
AJ, you son of a bitch.
I mean, why are you doing this? Our guy's already taken a lot of hits. Everybody's like, this guy leaking information, da-da-da-da-da-da-da, trying to steal spotlight of rookies, da-da-da-da-da. And now we got his friend putting a Jerry Krause thing in his name in a group text.
Oh, there's the photo, AJ.
Oh, my God, AJ.
AJ.
Hope you feel good about yourself, AJ.
And AJ's a free agent. Maybe
guy-
AJ said Aaron didn't, told him not to come back to the Packers.
Oh, you think that was AJ that said that?
That was AJ. Wow.
Hey, that's a wild. Hey, that one getting leaked now. If a team wants to bury somebody, that is or somebody wants somebody to be not well liked by a fan base. It's like, this guy, we tried to make the team better. Hey, listen, we wanted to do. He was telling people not to kill. Like that's wild that's being reported now at this point, right, Ty? I mean, that's
that's what I said. I mean, it's like, hey, if you want to turn the fucking tide of public opinion, you let that one out and then see, I mean.
Is that what's going on right now? Is this a tug of war on the PR?
Yep.
But it's not going to help the team, though. The team's ultimate goal, I would assume, is to get Aaron back in the building. It's not going to help them to put out this negative stuff about him.
Hey, well, maybe when they get the deal done, they'll come back out. Everybody will be like, everything we said was, we're being a little dramatic. All right, let's get back to it. Let's get back. Everybody, let's get back. Team on 3, 1, 2, 3, team. All right, here we go. Let's just move on like nothing happened. Oh, Brett Favre said it.
Yeah.
Brett Favre said it this morning.
You're right.
When he has a grudge, he ain't budging.
Nope. Shit, he'll hold it.
That's gospel, my friend.
Hey, Brett hit a driver 700 yards.
Yeah.
Right in front of our face down at the Bahamas. He took a driver out. His arms looked like Popeye. He was the most yoked man, I think, down maybe in the entire island. He took that thing back, and it was just gone. Guy couldn't use his driver because the course wasn't long enough for him.
Pretty much.
Fucking no Wranglers, but balls were being bombed. Copper fit all over.
Copper fit on both knees, both elbows.
It was he could still play, I think.
He could for sure.
He maybe still wants to, by the way. Who knows? Maybe he wants to go to the IFL.
Going back home.
The testing could be an issue.
Not in the IFL, dude.
Oh.
Hey, by the way, Young Rock, great episode.
Season finale, you said, right?
Great episode.
Don't believe it.
By the way, Marty
second.
Bryant made hell of a catch in the IFL. I saw. He's back.
Is the IFL happening?
I thought I just saw a highlight.
What is the IFL? I'm talking about the
International
XFL,
Football League.
CFL. I'm talking about the XFL, CFL. The
I think there
International
may be an
Football League.
IFL because I just saw a highlight of Martavis Bryant making a sweet catch.
Is there football happening right now other than the FCS stuff? I didn't know that.
Wow.
Our show just got much better.
IFL?
Is Marty Bryant the alien making catches?
IFL, dude.
Who runs it? What is it?
I don't know.
What's the name of it?
Fucking IFL.
Yeah, but what's the I stand for?
Don't know.
They wear
Irrelevant.
copper fit.
Independent Football League.
Indoor football league.
Indoor.
Indoor.
Can't watch it.
Seen it before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Been there, done that. Already took the ride.
Arena football league had a good run back in the day.
Huge. Loved it.
Rock
Can't-
Jr. stunk though.
Young Rock was good.
That was also on April 1st.
Oh,
good
Lord. Are you kidding me?
Tony!
Cinco de Mayo? Getting April Fooled?
Tweets from 21 minutes ago, dude.
Come on, man. You can't expect Diggs to run the ticker and that and do hammer down.
Diggs is not running the ticker.
Okay.
There'd be a lot more stuff on it if I was.
Yeah, he'd get a little bit, he'd get a little excited with that thing. He had to have somebody with a smooth trigger, you know what I mean, on that ticker. Because once you make your way on that ticker, that's people take a picture of it, they see it, it's real now all of a sudden, you know what I mean? Speaking of, we should have some sort of codes on what goes up there and what doesn't go up there.
Yeah. Hey, whoever's doing
Can we
that,
put
Pat,
that ticker up actually to see what the ticker is right
Yeah,
now?
I'm pulling up right now for you.
you should get a preview code. You know, whoever's running that, if they really all of a sudden decide they hated you one day, they could get this whole thing shut down.
Nah.
Commercial.
It's not going to happen,
Nah.
AJ.
Oh, what's
We got hijacked. That's all you have to
Someone
say.
hacked.
we're
the
on
ticker.
commercial? What, our show stinks. What, got a fucking commercial? Aren't we controlling this thing?
On the YouTube, those commercials, they'll just jump out at you.
That's a business, baby. Hey, that's,
Yeah.
AJ Hawk has provided no new updates on the Aaron Rodgers situation.
See, I would have added, but gets mad about us asking.
Evan Fox is giving away a boatload of cash tonight at 8 p.m. New episode of Mr. Friday Night. NFL insider AJ Hawk confirms he gave Aaron Rodgers the infamous Turd Ferguson name tag.
Wow.
Okay.
So much misinformation. People will take that and run with it.
That's real. You said it.
Daniel Jeremiah, also known as Danielson Jeremiah of NFL Network, says, I would not want trading Aaron Rodgers to ever be on my resume. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's a good ticker.
Ticker's pretty sweet.
Ticker's pretty awesome. AJ,
Yeah, followed by AJ Hawk NFL Insider has no new information.
I just want to keep it updated, you know, because we want people to know that when you do have updates, guess who has updates? Sports media has updates.
That's right.
Can we change the? Can you change like the font or the color of your lettering? So, like, say it's a big breaking news thing, it goes across in red.
That's too much work.
No, that's a lot. That would be a whole nother level or
That's a
something.
lot of code.
AJ, slow down.
I mean, I feel like I've gotten a couple of these spam fucking calls, by the way.
I'm still getting
got
hammered
one.
with them.
You're
Oh, is
back
your warranty
on it.
up?
Bro,
I got 3 in like 10 minutes earlier today.
I thought
they're hot right now.
I thought my phone did the we don't answer those things.
You got to re-up.
Doesn't work
every
anymore.
year.
Yeah.
This fucking this thing crashing update now. This thing calling me. I have to unsubscribe to emails I was unsubscribed to a year ago.
What's going on?
Oh, what?
Apple's slacking.
Oh. No, it's the bots.
Okay.
It's all the bots.
Yeah, they're picking their game up. That's all.
Error.
Probably is about time to get a new phone, too. I feel like, it's just that point. They get you, and it's like, hey,
Oh, you get the new phone, you don't have to do this.
don't have to deal with this bullshit anymore.
I thought there was a.
It's good Windows.
They're not
phone
allowed
out
to do
now.
that anymore.
What do you mean?
Yeah, there was actually a thing that did.
No,
I mean, would you get a new number with a new phone?
No, I didn't get a new number. What are you talking
I'm
about?
saying what Ty's talking about. Is he going to get a new number because wouldn't you still get the calls?
Probably
No,
more
because when you
last
go into the place, they'll be like, hey, you've been getting those fucking calls a lot for $15. We'll just get rid of them. And then, boom, I'm good for the next year.
And boom, by the way, when they do that, it's awesome.
Yeah, it's incredible.
When you're getting no spam. It is awesome.
Great.
There was some setting they had for like a week and a half, maybe, I don't know, where if it thought it was a bullshit call, they would just immediately ignore it. It was like, this is awesome. Now, I missed calls from a lot of people. Like a lot of people that maybe didn't feel like they could text me. So they left a voicemail, which never getting checked. I mean, that is never, ever getting checked. So there was a couple times where somebody had called and my phone had sent them right to the fuck you button. And they left a voicemail and I didn't get a text for like a week later or whatever. They're like, hey, did you hear it? I was like, no. So it kind of got me there. But it's nice not getting these random numbers. What are you selling? Who needs what? What is the deal? How has that survived 2021 still, AJ?
How do people fall for it? Like I get so many of the voicemail. I'll check it and I'll listen to the voicemail after I send it to the mailbox, and it's like some robot telling me that the IRS is coming after me and I'm going to be in jail tomorrow if I don't call them back.
Yeah, it's, street hustlers, had to upgrade their games.
Oh, yeah.
Because people started catching on.
Yeah.
People started catching on to the games. I feel like the spam callers, hey, listen, you're so far behind. Like, okay, you need to pick it up. What do you want?
It's working, though.
I was going to say they do it because there are guys like Mitt out there.
Yeah, you get 1 minute. Your whole year.
Just prime for the picking.
Uh-huh. Obviously, it works if it continues to happen and they fight through all of these things. Like there are lots of people that maybe like that.
I mean,
that you're potentially, getting, people confident in doing things that are ruining society. I guess at My Sports Update is saying that there's a chance that Alejandro Villanueva, new tackle for the Ravens, has said something about former Steeler teammate. Let's go to that right now here. Alejandro Villanueva. Okay. He is talking to, who's he talking? Is that the Baltimore Ravens?
Jamison Hensley, who reports for the NFC or AFC North, originally put out the original tweet about the quote. So it may have been from him. I don't know.
Okay, so the quote says that he says it's not as fun for wide receivers because they're not getting all the catches. They're making the TikToks and they're having fun on their social media. Alejandro Villanueva was explaining why it's better to play for a run-first team like the Ravens. Okay, it's not as fun for wide receivers because they're not getting all the catches. They're making the TikToks and they're having fun on their social media. I don't know if that was a shot. I mean,
no, it was.
No.
It sounds like he's friends with them. That's like something you say about your friend.
Yeah, I don't think that was a shot.
You guys.
Nice try, Tony.
No, we didn't. We have not heard it. Can we turn on the sound? Maybe the sound is like, yeah, they're not.
You guys want to be positive and everything. This was a shot at Juju. Right across the bow.
Yeah, I know. Listen.
Fucking God.
Why are you sending the Juju bees? Oh, because he's a Raven now? You just said, get the hell out of here?
I'm so fucking torn on this because at one part he's taking a shot at the Steelers a little bit, which I do not like. On the other side, he is taking a shot at Juju though. So I don't know what to do with
somebody saying what Tony wants to say, and he doesn't have to say it.
No, but didn't Tony come full babyface on Juju?
Oh yeah.
He forgot about that now. He forgot about that completely. Where you were in a storyline, Cobra Cowboy. You were when he signed back with the Steelers after turning down the Ravens. You were like, "This is what I wanted the whole time." I told him, to work for the.
I did.
You paraded.
I did, but Big Al is a goddamn American war hero.
It's
true.
Hey, so
okay.
All right. Okay. All right.
When you have a balanced offense or when you run the ball, it's obviously better for the offensive line. I'm assuming it's not as fun for the wide receivers because they're not getting all the catches. They're making the TikToks and they're having fun on their social media.
Oh, shot.
Wow. When you have a balanced offense.
I don't. Listen to this, dude. That's not a shot. I don't think so either.
What would you two know? You guys weren't in the league.
You're right. We might be wrong. Because he could have went a little bit harder if that was an actual shot, I think. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that's what he would have chose to say if it was a shot. That's what I'm thinking.
That's how I would interpret this.
Okay, good.
Celsius coming.
This is Drunk on Celsius again. This is that new thing. This is the third hour digs leading into Hammered Don. By the way, boys, we got any good locks today, huh? 4 o'clock. YouTube.com/Hammered Don. You guys have been riding quite a heater. What do we have for tonight? Hockey? Any hockey? The Penguins won by 45 last night against Flyers. Tom Wilson. Hey, Tom, enough. Enough with what you're doing to hockey.
Kick him out of the league.
Get him out of the fucking league,
Kick
dude.
him off the tour, Doug.
He tried to kill a guy out there. This ain't the first time.
Get him out.
How great is their union that the max fine is $5,000?
Yeah, a lot of people have not really come to compliment the union with that is the max fine for what a lot of other people, would consider a six-figure, a massive fine. It's the equivalent to less than a sock violation in the NFL if it is deemed a sock violation. Okay, that's just that. Hey, good union over there. Hey, good union over there making that happen. With that being said, get him out of here. This guy. He's been taking runs at guys for years.
What about Sid? Didn't Sid just do the same thing?
Sid was protecting his teammate. Sid was protecting his teammate against the stupid Flyers.
Casual.
I love Sid.
Learn some nuance, AJ.
Yeah, you noob, dude. You don't even know hockey. What a loser.
Explain it to me. Hey, Nick, please explain it to me how they're different situations.
Host of That's Hockey Talk. Nick, please explain why Tom Wilson has a history of doing
I know that.
this spec-eyeball things.
A history of predatory behavior,
Bingo. Yep.
This guy picks on people. He's a big bully. He's actually a very good player. Very
good player.
Doesn't need to do the shit he does.
Yeah, I know.
But you're bashing a guy with no helmet. He's slamming his head off the ice.
He's trying to kill him. Huh? The Rangers said, we want this motherfucker fired that decided
Didn't that guy jump on his back, though?
He did.
Hey, they go up against the Rangers tonight. We'll see what happens.
Have a little respect for hockey.
Hey, is Tom Wilson in the lineup tonight then?
Yes, he is. AJ.
Oh, I'm watching.
Yeah.
Where is it? Where can I watch?
NBC Sports, I do believe, or the NHL Network. They were marketing it last night as Sidney Crosby was beating the shit out of the Flyers.
I did get a gambling tip today. Maybe take the over in that game because there's going to be a lot of penalties potentially, some retaliation, stuff like that, a lot of power plays.
See, that's hammered down right there.
Oh, nice. I don't know if Nick agrees with that, but potentially.
We need a fight immediately.
It's going to
set the tone. Hey,
drop the myth.
Fucking drop them, boys. We're fucking swinging.
You send out the check-in line, fucking first puck drop.
All right.
Get him out there.
Hey, fuck you, huh?
Here's the thing about Tom Wilson though. They might send the guy out to fight him. He's gonna knock that guy out.
Wow.
Tom Wilson is very
not of his George Ross.
So Tom is today. He's on the bag today. He's like, all right, let me work on these combos. All right, let's get that thing. Okay, we're good. As soon as they drop it,
who wants it?
Let's go. Who wants it? That's what Tom's gonna do. By the way, perfect heel. All right.
Yeah.
This is a guy, obviously, love on your team. Hate if he's not on your team, but a disgrace to hockey. Yeah. I mean, absolute disgrace. Oh, buddy's out for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, buddy's out for the rest of the season. That was because his knee, the whole thing, maybe, I don't know, but he was trying to kill him, Nick. That can't happen in our league, not in our NHL.
You summed it up beautifully.
Tell me Marty St. Louis isn't going to take a run at him tonight?
No.
Wait, Panarin's out for the year?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
He's
killed
done.
him, AJ.
Got a grade 8 concussion.
How about Tom Wilson, though? He's large, he's handsome, he can beat the fuck out of you, he knows it, and he's good at hockey. What a life. And he's Stanley Cup champ. Good for this guy.
Yeah, he's winning. Even though, his name's getting dragged through the mud.
Every day.
Tom Wilson is winning.
His name has been, just like Marchand, though, their names have been kind of dragged for being pests and him being dirty and everything like that for years and years and years, and it's almost like they embrace it. They don't.
What does his teammate? What do the teammates say about him?
Oh, they love him.
I'd assume they love him.
Absolutely love him.
We need fucking Bertuzzi to take a run at this guy.
Ooh, Bertuzzi.
Could happen tonight as soon as they drop the puck, pal.
Scott Stevens was on the ice.
Fucking
he wouldn't be
smack
doing
him
what
in the
he's
head
doing.
with his twig.
I think Ryan Reeves is the only guy who's got a shot against Tommy Wilson in the league right now.
Well, and who's the big son bitch that was up in
Chara?
Chara's down there with him now.
With him. So you want to bring somebody to fight? I mean, he's got Chara right
They are
behind
ready
him.
to fight tonight.
Yeah.
Chara's going to be out there. Old running. Ovi's probably going to be out there. Hey, Ovi will fight.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, the Russians will fight. I mean, they're not scared. Evgeny Malkin will fucking go. I mean, also, Kuznetsov, is his ass going to be out there throwing these things?
No, he's actually been disciplined for missing some team protocols and things.
Kuznetsov's a wild card.
Evgeny.
He's a wild card. Literally
Smacking cheeks.
every time old Kuznetsov is on the ice, I literally probably smacking cheeks. Probably ran to give milk or whatever.
Yeah.
The whenever oh my god, every time he gets on the ice, I always think the net is dislodged. Okay, because every time they say his name, Kuznetsov, and literally for like 2 years, I'm watching this guy play, and I'm like, every time, I'm like, this fucking guy, it's like a siren in a song. You're like, oh, is there a cop back there? Every single time. That's why I know the guy exists. What if the goalie's fucking
Goalie fight.
Go out. They
That'd
do
be
that
awesome.
thing. That would be awesome if that's how tonight starts.
So, just two things real quick. For context, Henrik Lundqvist a few years ago got fined the same amount of money for squirting Sid with a water bottle. Just shows you how ridiculous the fine is.
That's dangerous, though.
King.
And two, AJ, to answer your original question, what makes it different is Sid was engaged with Tyler Konechny in the corner. Konechny had him in a headlock. They're tussling around a little bit. The ref's right there watching the whole thing. With the Wilson thing, he has a guy laying in front of him with his face down on the ice already who's just, in the crease. He didn't attack his goal. He didn't assault his goal. He just takes a shot, delivers it right down to the ice. Then Panarin tries to get him off, gets on Wilson's back. Yeah. He grabs Panarin, rips his helmet off, and slams it on the ice.
So he was Miles Garrett all around.
Yeah. Ice isn't soft, AJ.
Pow! I mean, it's unbelievable, dude.
I mean, from hearing that layout, Wilson's a fucking animal.
Yeah,
Huh?
he is. I do believe, he is an absolute
You're going to punish him? So
Yeah.
you're punishing Tom Wilson because nobody could take him and he's just beating up the whole team?
Excuse me, he's disrespecting.
Yeah, it's
hockey.
called being a dirty player, AJ.
You don't care about hockey, the sport.
I know it was
anything.
dirty.
You don't care
I know
about
it was
it.
dirty.
I thought
You
when
don't
people
care about hockey. That's evident.
Probably sticked up for Burfict,
From what I
too.
know from watching a little bit of hockey, I know if somebody does something dirty, the rest of the team usually attacks them and kills them.
Yeah, but Tom Wilson is one of those guys who does take runs at people's heads, and it seems like no matter what the retaliation is, he had staying power. He was going to continue to do it. So whatever the retaliation in hockey world was, whether it was fighting, I think he was okay with that. Slashing, I assume he's been slashed a lot. I assume he gets hit a lot. He has come back for years and years at this point, just doing the same old stuff.
Yeah, he ain't scared.
He's not. How old is he? Is he going to be out of the league anytime soon?
No, probably mid to late, maybe late 20s now.
Oh, man.
He's going to fucking die on the ice.
27 years old.
I thought when another guy from the other team's in your own tendies, blue zone, you're not allowed to do that. That means you're going to get your ass beat.
So when you get into blue zone, it's all hell breaks loose in there.
Yeah, you can't be doing that. You got to look out.
Yeah, you do, but you don't fucking put a stick into the back of their neck through the ice.
Yeah,
it's Tommy Wilson, though.
It's fucking, hey.
You got to know who you're dealing with.
Hey, I'm tired of it. All right? Sid's a good teammate. Tom Wilson, disrespecting the game. Sidney Crosby, by the way, passed Ovechkin in 159 less games or something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, he's better.
For
They got the league protecting him, it sounds like.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
Go ahead, Foxy.
This league that you're referring to?
Yeah.
You weren't even invited to their fucking tournament last year,
I don't want to be invited to this Mickey Mouse NHL.
What about this season?
My
man?
hockey town plays tough hockey.
Yeah. Right. You guys don't win, though. Okay?
You guys stink.
So Sidney Crosby, tough guy. Okay? Wins. That's what he does. That's why it's hockey time. Coming right after Jaromir Jagr, ever heard of him? Mario Lemieux, ever heard of him? Ron Francis, Tommy Barrasso, fucking in net, pal. Have a little respect for hockey time whenever you speak about it, because we actually get invited to the tournaments whenever there's a limited amount of teams, as opposed to Hockey Town's Red Wings. They said, keep your fucking octopus down in Detroit and go play in the minors, pal.
I mean, my hockey does not protect players like they protect this scumbag right here.
What is he doing?
Scumbag move.
Bad look.
I think he was checking if he was okay, I think.
By the way, the guy took his helmet off. He picked dude up and said, get out of time.
Yeah, but an eye for an eye.
I mean, according to you, he's pretty close to the blue area, too. So.
Yeah, he is close to the blue area.
Let the boys play.
Hey, by the way, the Pens do have a 2-point lead over everybody else in the East.
We are very close to the playoffs.
Bruins already clinched, so who cares?
Yeah, clinch. Way to go.
Yeah, the Pens have clinched, too.
Hey, you just got to get in the dance.
Shit, Vegas might be
Speaking
the hottest
of-
team in the league right now.
Red Wings couldn't get into the dance.
That's right.
But for a long time. But when you talk about Vegas, what we need to talk about is Marc-Andre Fleury, okay?
I know. He's pulling home.
He needs to score one. Do you think he even thinks about it anymore? Do you think he even thinks about that, AJ?
What, has he never scored a goal?
I don't know if
No.
No,
He's
he-
third in wins all time now, though.
I told him if he scores one, though, I'll donate $100,000 to a foundation of his choice. And he had like a moment where he was like, oh, I'm going to actually start trying. Then there was a couple games, I think, that came shortly after that conversation where he could have had a chance and he didn't do it. I was like, oh, I forgot about it. But then Twitter heated up the other night and they were like, oh, Marc-Andre Fleury's going to go for it. It might have been like 3 minutes with an empty net, so he could have had more opportunity, when a team's down a lot, like the Flyers were last night to the Pittsburgh Penguins. So I think like that is something that maybe he'll score and hopefully we'll get 100.
There are odds on FanDuel for it, right? Are they still up?
Yeah. I max betted. I think I will make back at least half the money off of gambling.
Okay. Perfect.
The odds are very, very low.
Plus 10,000, I think.
Yeah, or 25.
Might be 25.
Yeah.
Damn.
His teammates should get word of this and start send the puck his way when there's an empty net.
He tried to explain it to us. He was like, I have to get it high. It has to stay straight. There's a lot.
Itty hot.
Okay.
There's a lot. He was super cool, by the way.
Yeah.
He was really cool. Ain't even back in Pittsburgh. You know what I mean? We weren't taking a. By the way, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Hey, glad to have him.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Glad to have him.
Pittsburgh did that for you too with Hosa up there in Detroit, by the way, pal.
Hey,
Yeah.
Chris Osgood, goalie for the Detroit Red Wings. He's put one in before.
Whoa. Let's get to a break. We're back in 4 minutes with some phone calls. This is the Pat McAfee Show. You're an idiot. You know?
This is Remember the Titans. How's it going? My name is Pat McAfee. I do a lot of things. Today I am a professional analyst getting ready for the Thursday night football opener in beautiful Nippert Stadium with the Cincinnati Bearcats here at Higher Ground. This secluded world. Good squad, good place, excited for this morning practice. I'm obviously unbiased, but I'm pulling hard for Cincinnati to do well on Thursday night.
I like to say, all in clipboard quarterback, man. This is awesome. And we got hopefully a future NFL kicker. Let's see what you got. Come on.
This is great for the brand. This guy's an athlete. Athlete. Hey, let's go.
Let's go.
Hey, my goodness.
They say kickers are athletes. We'll find out. Let's go.
Pull it up. Heads up.
I've been on the west side, this is where I stay. I just made
Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you so much for the hospitality. Have a great day. Let's go get
going in, I'ma close the case. I can't wait no more, man, I gotta blow today. I'ma blow today. I ain't hearing what they say. Need a blue face, I've been caring about a race. I've been trying to eat, I need more than just a taste. Now they trying to talk, oh no, they should know their place. Man, I'm ballin'. This ain't cap, baby, now I feel like calling. From the O, but I got the music poppin'. All the time, man, it started to get obnoxious. Now I gotta drop down, feeling nauseous. Gotta drop top down, then I hop out. I've been feeling hot now.
Make me a good point.
Thank you.
I'll catch up after.
Yeah, you got it.
Appreciate you coming.
Thank you. This has been so cool to see. Whenever we were driving out here into the sticks, my boys and I from Indianapolis, we were told by Coach Fickle it was a 40-minute drive from where we live. Absolute lie, hour and a half out here. But as we were getting out here, we didn't know what we were going to show up to. And this is such a cool scene here. I remember whenever I was in college, we won a lot of games, beat Cincinnati a couple times. It was a great day. But I remember my boys, right? Like I still am in touch with them every single day, every single week. We had this moment where we went from boys to become men. And you guys were a really young team last year, but got to experience a lot of wins. Like now the expectation level are high. And I can't wait to talk you all up on Thursday night against UCLA. UCLA refused to respond to my tweet. So I am a Bearcat fan on that opening night, and I cannot wait to watch you guys dominate. And I think this is such a cool thing. Coach, I can't thank you enough for your hospitality. I got a bunch of swag from you guys, too. This has been a cool day. Enjoy this, though. This doesn't happen a lot. Even when you get into the NFL, it's not like college. It's not like your boys. It's not like this. It's a whole different world that you'll remember forever. And I was honored to be here to watch you today, and I can't wait to watch you guys go win the thing on Thursday night and then throughout the rest of the season. Thank you so much.
This is the Pat McAfee Show on Sirius XM Mad Dog Sports Radio. We thank you for taking the time to seek out this small regional show that streams internationally. Here's Pat and the boys.
Welcome back. Happy Cinco de Mayo, Zito. There's been a couple people that have tweeted me about putting a sombrero on the date bug Cinco de Mayo. Somebody asked, "Are you serious with that?"
What's wrong with that?
I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea.
What the hell does that mean?
That's what I was going to respond, but the show came back on.
What, Zito can't celebrate Cinco de Mayo? So
Are you taking that away from me?
The graphics not allowed to celebrate Cinco de Mayo, dude? I thought this was, what are we doing here?
Those humans must be fucking sweet at parties.
Oh, you're going to say we can't put this graphic up either?
They don't go to parties, dude.
That's sick graphic.
Maybe that's why.
We do have a sick graphic, dude.
Maybe that's why they're upset. They've never been able to go to a Cinco de Mayo party.
We got to get them to a Cinco de Mayo party.
Someone invite those people.
Good time.
That man a Corona stat.
Hey, and by the way, put a shot of that stuff in it so it tastes like
Bacardi Limon.
Tequila. So it tastes no, not that.
You could
do
a different
that.
night.
I mean, if you just want to go,
Cinco de Mayo, you know.
Well, I'm just saying, but also you could do the
Bacardi Limon,
and it tastes like Fruity Pebbles.
Fruity Pebbles.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah, just if you want to do a Cinco de Mayo a little bit slower than the tequila.
You can do a rum chata.
Yeah,
and you put something else with that. It tastes like something.
Yeah, there's a lot of chances things you can put in
Cinnamon
there.
Toast Crunch.
Oh, welcome back to the show.
I love Cinnamon.
AJ, what's going on, dude?
Hey, AJ!
I thought Nick was going to say you could put anthrax in there with it.
Jesus Christ.
What's your fucking deal, dude?
Very
I thought I heard Nick say that, honestly.
Don't put your evil, just, don't put that on me.
I thought I heard
He's
Nick
speechless
say
because he
that.
knows.
How is that? How is
You know AJ has done a billion pranks where he's just sent powder in envelopes to friends.
that was hey, remember that time?
That was a big time scare.
Oh my God!
I would never do that. Never have, never would.
Yeah,
I think they created like a, I don't want to say a vaccine, but something to fight against it. I think whenever it was going, if you worked in like a federal building, because that thing took over the world.
It was called the Biothrax vaccine.
There it is.
It was a preventive measure. It was
Hey,
a
that's why
5-dose
Zeke-
vaccine.
Hey, Zeke knew that. He's not reading it.
I'm not reading that.
doses.
5
doses.
18-month period of 5 doses.
Seems like there might have been some question marks on 4 of those.
Okay.
Hey, maybe this one works.
Is that right?
We've been down this road before.
All right, let's get down some phone calls, obviously. AJ, I don't know how you thought of that, but boy, what a callback to a terrible thing. Jason.
Hey, I heard Nick mention it, and look, it opened up a whole another thing of communication that we had here, and Zeke gets to showcase his intelligence.
You're 100% right.
I am very, very smart.
I don't know if that's true. Let's go to Wes in Nebraska. What's going on, Wes? He is, though. He got a beautiful mind back here.
Yeah, that's right.
Pat and the boys, how's it going?
Hey, Wes, everything's going great. How are you, dude?
Oh, I'm living the dream. Hey, I just wanted to say thank you for keeping me entertained for the last year while I've been stuck at home.
We're lucky to do it, pal. Thank you. We thank you, dude. Thank you, Wes.
Thank you.
Hey, so I got a question now. I agree with you guys. I don't think this was Rodgers that leaked this, but as a Packers fan, I have aged 50 years in the last week.
Yeah,
Why haven't we
sweatpants.
heard from Rodgers yet?
These are skinny jeans. Thank you. They fit well.
Talking about it.
But I mean, are they sweatpant material?
No, they're jeans. They're denim. Thank you. Thank you very much. They're a little tight, but it's the first time I'm wearing them. Hoping to break them in a little bit.
Stretch them out.
But you're right. I don't know. I don't know. Like, he said, why haven't we heard from Aaron? Or why haven't I heard from Aaron with this whole thing? Especially because he aged 50 years or whatever that's thing. I'm not. Hey, listen, that ain't. I'm sure he is not exactly thrilled to be in a position he's in right now either.
Yeah, but you led the show off with you can't know, or else then everybody will.
If I know, everybody knows. You know, and that's how I don't know how AJ's doing it because AJ knows everything.
I know, it's crazy.
AJ knows everything. You have to, don't you?
I don't. I don't think anybody knows everything about this situation. But I don't know. Like, how would it benefit Aaron to come out and speak right now?
You tell me.
Dirtbag.
So you're looking at me. Is that what you're doing here?
Obviously, you're looking at the same fucking screen I am, pal.
You're not looking at a screen, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
I could be, though. There could be a screen here. There isn't. You're right. But I could have lied right there and said there is a screen right here, pal. Don't you worry about it.
But I've been there. I know there's not a screen there.
Oh, yeah, you spilled everything all over us. I remember that now. What are you going to tell us, though? You're right, though. What benefit would come? I guess a little bit more explanation, but if there is actual things happening, if you come out prematurely and say something that ends up being false, the teams do that all the time. And if he does that, he's
look
the
how
worst
everything
of all time.
Look right now. Look how everything's being analyzed so much. Imagine if he actually, no matter what he says, like everyone's going to take it their own way and interpret it this way and that way. Like, I don't know. I just don't know if it benefits him right now to say much.
What if he came out with like, and I just thought of Tigers because that was the one that I thought of. What if he came out with a planned speech, you know, and he announced that he's like a Buddhist or whatever in the middle of his speech and that whole thing, and it's like real sincere, you know. What if he comes out with, I assume that's not how this is going to go. If I had to guess, that's not how we're going to hear from him first. But what if he does come out with an entire prepared speech and it's just like an absolute wizardry of everything? I don't think he would, but that is fascinating to think about how he is going to come back into the world of the news after everything that has happened.
Well, like you said, I mean, things are like fluid right now. Things are happening. So like there's really no need to.
We would think, right?
Yeah, you would think. All of this stuff coming out puts some pressure on like, hey, either, you know, this gets done quickly or it doesn't get done at all and it's over. So you would assume that things are starting to come together, moving around a little bit, but who knows? I mean, shit, you can't control any of it. So
let's go to Pat in Denver. What's going on, Pat? Great name, dude. Hey, great name.
What's going on, guys?
Just hanging out, man. What do you want to talk about over there in Denver?
I'm talking about Aaron Rodgers coming to town, a la Peyton.
Do you guys think it's happening over there? Is that the feeling?
In Denver, for sure. Everybody thinks that.
Oh, think about how happy they are in Denver.
Yeah.
We got a guy again. Woo! Woo! Yeah! Winning a Super Bowl over here, Rocky Mountain High.
We went to 2 in 5 years with Peyton. Like, we can put teams together for quarterbacks.
No problem. We couldn't do it for Drew, really, but nope. But, yeah, or Brock Osweiler.
No. Those guys aren't right.
Couldn't get Brock Osweiler.
I meant, like, good quarterbacks.
Oh, the Montanimal Brock Osweiler taking shots here. Congrats to Denver, by the way.
Yeah, it's awesome for them.
If they get, I mean, legit, if he ends up going there, that's fucking awesome for them.
And it feels as though he's definitely not going back to Green Bay. So
Dolphins are in play, I heard.
Really?
There you go.
Who said that? That guy, Bill Barnwell.
Yeah. Double B.
Is he ESPN, Bill Barnwell?
Yeah, he was. Yeah.
He was on ESPN's Bill Barnwell tweeted out or put out like 5 different trade scenarios. Dolphins, Giants, Broncos. The
Browns.
Steelers were involved in one, but they weren't getting Aaron. They were moving somebody else.
Oh, we send Ebron, Juju, and Mason or Dewey. Take your pick, Ty.
Couple picks.
Aaron sits behind Ben for a season to learn a bit.
Learn a little bit about this time.
There we go.
No, you guys were just like a pass-through. You guys were a
like an
pass-through.
NBA, like 3-team has to.
Yeah, you were a pass-through.
I was in a deep dive last night. A lot of Browns fans would not want him, apparently.
Come the fuck on, dude.
They're building a Mahomes-like dynasty with Baker Mayfield.
Okay, cool. I love the respect for Baker Mayfield there. Absolutely love it. Okay. They're very thankful the fan base, the dog pound who has had success, is not trying to change it immediately. Okay, I'm very happy about that. With that being said, you're telling me the Browns fans would be upset if they learned that Aaron Rodgers got traded to town? They might tweet about that now, but the day that happens, they immediately go, oh, we're winning the fucking Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. That would be a lot of fan bases, I think, at this point, AJ.
Oh, absolutely. I would think Baker Mayfield, no matter how disappointed he would be, he's like, okay, I kind of get it. I understand.
Yeah.
The fuck, dude?
What?
What's happening?
You tell me, dude. How long has this thing just been sitting there like this?
What do you mean? What's good?
I thought real friends tell people about that type of stuff.
Oh, I just saw it.
I still don't see it.
It was bad. I just seen to me there, and it was a full on. I had a full
alfalfa.
Got to cut the hair. Anyways, what the fuck is gonna go on with Aaron? Show's about to end, dude. You've broke no news.
Wait, what did Gump said? I couldn't hear you, but Gump said Barnwell mentioned the Dolphins. What did he, like? Is there anything real to that?
It was 3 first-rounders and somebody else. I mean,
They got a bunch of, do they still have a bunch of picks
You think
stockpiled?
fucking Tua wants to go play in Green Bay?
He might not have a choice.
Well, Tua's allegedly, remember before the draft when everybody was trying to bury Tua, which was happening quickly. Maybe Miami was trying to bury Tua or whatever. His dad has said in private he does not want to play in Detroit.
Yeah. Nope.
Just like these things that just started getting spread out there.
Who does?
But Dilfer said he'll be good in like
Penny.
7-8 years.
Penisel.
Yeah.
2, 3, 5. 2, 3, 5.
7, 8, something like
2, 3, 5 years or whatever.
One day.
Let's go to Patrick in Wisconsin. What's going on, Patrick?
Hey, how's it going, boys?
Everything's going well. You know, if Miami was involved in that, and they had 3 picks within the first 50 this year. They could have got this done a long time ago, right? Let's assume that now is not the time for them.
If they were involved at all, though, if they were involved at all, don't you think they would have made a play during the draft? Don't you think they probably tried pre-draft?
Yeah, pre-draft. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, Patrick, what's going on, dude?
Hey, so I know you guys had a couple of guests on the 420 special you guys had last week. One of those key arguments you guys were having with the councilman was AJ's stooge ability of being able to drive with 2 feet.
Oh, okay.
Now, I had a question. If he's able to drive with 2 feet on an automatic, how is he going to operate the manual? Is he going to need his left bear claw to be able to...
Yeah, great question. Great. By the way, Patrick, he's right. What are you doing? You putting your left hand down there to push the clutch when you got to shift the gear, pal?
No, I'm still driving with 2 feet. With a clutch. Whether I have a clutch or not, it's 2 feet.
I think Patrick, by the way, is probably a professional driver, and you disrespected everything he's about whenever you drive.
Yeah. People are really mad. People get very upset.
Yeah, because you're not floating gears, pal.
No.
Okay, you're not in there, double clutching.
I can't. No, I know how.
No, you're not in the Nitrous Car Club. You're not in Nitrous Rush, dude.
You don't know.
You don't know how to double clutch this thing.
Yeah. Jay's been pissed off ever since.
Yeah.
McAfee?
Yeah.
Nitrous Rush.
He's part of I think the Rough Riders, dude.
Oh.
I believe, Jay. Joe was part of the Rough Riders. Not DMX's. It was a car club in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I don't remember the name.
Hey, Jay, you do remember the name.
I really don't remember the name.
Jay.
Wait, what do you do in this car club?
Hey, park in a
Sit in a
parking lot.
Hang out.
Drive. There's some cool cars, though. I used to go hang out with them,
Do
obviously.
you sign up? Like, do you sign up like I'm a member?
You get pissed.
Yeah, no. You just park next to us and you're like, oh, hey, how's it going?
No.
Nick was trying to get sworn in for years.
You got to get a brand. They heat up the exhaust pipe, and you got to stick your arm on it.
Yeah, you got to get by the way, the exhaust pipe, though, is a bigger one.
Yeah.
I used to love that. That's where I think I first fell in love with cars, though, to be honest.
The Rough Riders.
No, I think it was Nitrous Rush, maybe. Nitrous Rush.
Nick's club.
Who was in that one?
Oh, that was Nick. Nick was in Nitrous Rush.
I wasn't in a car club. There was a kid that lived in my neighborhood that had one. I wasn't going to these Jeep meetups like you, pulling up in Jeep Lightning. Everybody, let's look at our Jeeps together.
The Jeep was not invited to the car club.
So Nick was in it.
Please.
Was Nitrous Rush the knockoff Rough Riders?
No. Nitrous Rush had...
Just a younger
Dumpy, I don't know what you're talking about riding around your Honda Prelude with the body kit.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful car, 1985.
Listen, if you put the lift kit on with some spinners back there, maybe a little body kit to make the thing look fatter, huh?
Hell yeah.
Make a Civic look like it's as wide as a Bentley.
Yeah,
now we're playing the game. The Sirius XM show is ending, thank God. AJ, anything to say to the people before Chris Mad Dog Russo comes on with a better show than us?
I do not have anything today, Pat. Thank you.
You're welcome. You haven't had anything today, by the way. Yeah. And that's kind of the story of today. We covered some things, but nothing really new. But wait until tomorrow.
Yes!
Oh, my God.
Yes.
6th of Mayo is going to be popping off with big-time stories. Mad Dog Unleashed is in 6 minutes. Cheers. Got it.
Take it.
Oh, yeah.
Got it. We did it. That was a good sign-off.
Crushed that. Well done.
We complimented Chris.
Yep.
Hell yeah.
Cut off in time.
Yeah, that was a real good one.
Acknowledge holidays that were happening.
Yeah.
Right.
And address the obvious, which is AJ has told us nothing today.
Thanks a lot.
That's right. Hey, when did Mad Dog get the name Mad Dog?
When he was with Mike.
Yeah.
I think it was Mike and the Mad Dog.
Oh, why that was so good.
The bark, by the way, it's a dying dog. And it's because the boys forget. They don't forget. Nick has information.
Pat, in the 2 minutes that we talked about hockey today, just wanted to let you know the Rangers actually fired their GM and team president for the statement that was put out last night.
Shit!
So they're
So the NHL, after Tommy Wilson's punishment did not fit the crime, the New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden in the I don't know, a new census will have to be taken after COVID, but in the biggest city in America, I don't know if it's, we don't know.
Formally,
Yeah,
the biggest.
at least formally, we don't know now post-COVID census. They came out and said that the person making the decision in the NHL needs to be fired. Get them the fuck out. How is this what happens? We're calling for their head, and we need this guy out of the league. The NHL read that tweet. Okay, and the operating commissioner named
Gary Bettman.
Gary Bettman, who came out and did a press conference from his basement at 4 o'clock one day and did an entire thing. And I think Gary Bettman, fascinating character as a commissioner, not as bad as Manfred, but not exactly necessarily loved by all parties over there, right, in hockey. Nick, is that an accurate?
Yeah, that's fair to say.
So he calls the Rangers and he goes, hey, cool little tweet there. That was fun, wasn't it? Did you guys get a good pop from the internet? 18,000 retweets. That's hard to do. I mean, I saw a guy give away $100 on site credit and try to get 100,000 retweets. You got 18,000 retweets. You're fired. You're fucking out. I don't know who's getting in there, but somebody new needs to, or you guys aren't in the league anymore. That is crazy. That is awesome. I guess it should have been expected, but this is wild. The NHL said, you want to come out and say fuck me? No. Fuck you and your entire team. Get
so
out
this
of here.
was actually the Rangers ownership. James Dolan, who owns the Knicks, seems to be the one that issued the statement. The GM and president tried to distance themselves from the statement.
Oh shit!
So he just pulled the cord and said, "You guys are fucking gone."
Not Dolan, dude.
Oh, so Nick's Dolan?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Oh, this guy is the fucking best.
Animal.
This guy lives by his own rules, so I got that completely wrong. So the owner who wanted them to tweet out the statement about, hey, this is what we want this person out. We want to do this. This is bullshit. Let's do it. And the GM and president were like, we shouldn't. We don't think we should do it. We don't know if it's a good thing. It's not hockey. That's not how we do it in hockey, maybe somewhere else. And he goes, oh, okay, cool. Put out the tweet. All right, now, bye, you two. Get the fuck out of here. Golly, this guy. That's fantastic. I thought it was potentially the NHL mad that they put out this information.
You can't just replace a guy like Jeff Gordon, though. I mean, it's going to be tough to find a replacement.
Do you remember when he first hopped into that Rainbow Warrior car?
Yep. Oh, man. Old number 24.
Jesus.
The NHL can't fire specific GMs and coaches, though, and everything.
Excuse me, what?
The NHL, you don't think so?
No, you think the NHL can come to the New York Rangers and say, hey, fire your GM and your president?
Tell Dolan.
I don't know.
They can tell them. I mean, they can suggest it. They don't have the power to fire like individual coaches and GMs.
Oh, you don't think? You don't think that leagues
You think
have
Roger
that type
Goodell can get a coach fired?
Yes.
Yeah.
He can make it happen. He can't walk into the office and tell them they're fired, though.
Well, I mean, I guess he could have like a messenger relay it or whatever, but there is, you don't think that? I don't know. Maybe I'm just too woke to just assume that is things that happen. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Maybe that is fantasy and fairy tale and that doesn't happen. But in my eyes, if the league wants somebody out, I assume it's just like, hey, the tribe has spoken. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Darren Dreger, who is a Canadian media member, Gumpkin back then, he is basically a mouthpiece for the league, and this ties into what we've been talking about with leaks and narratives and everything. He tweeted out that he's told the firing of Gorton and Davidson by the Rangers is coincidental and not related to the statement yesterday. They felt the Rangers underachieved this season.
Oh, okay.
Sure.
All right, of course.
Okay.
Just, performance related.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Performance related.
Not cutting it.
Did they underachieve?
There's like 4 games left in the season.
Hey, guys, we got some big news.
Oh, really?
Your favorite men's healthcare brand, Roman, is now available at Walmart.
Yeah.
Oh!
That is big-ass news.
Let's go.
Roman's non-prescription products have got you covered with everything from sexual health to everyday health. Your well-being is important, and taking care of it should be simple, so now you can add to cart in real life.
Yeah.
Roman, now available at Walmart. We're in your area. Let's go take care of it. Sexual health. Roman condoms are new and exclusive to Walmart. You won't find them anywhere else. Designed ultra thin, lubricated for pleasure, and FDA cleared because safe is sexy.
Let's go, Roman.
Adding to the no glove, no love.
That's right.
That's true.
Ain't that right, AJ? You got 7 kids over there.
Correct.
Axel.
We thought they were finger puppets.
Jeez. What?
I don't know. I don't know
The
where
condoms? Oh, the individual condoms for my fingers?
Okay. Now maybe that should make the ticker. Roman swipes are an easy, discreet way to delay ejaculation and increase sexual stamina. They're fast acting and your partner will enjoy them too. No passed along desensitization. There's no way that's all I'm supposed to say.
No, I'm pretty sure you're right.
Yeah, no
That's the
pass
one.
along desensitization.
If you use it as intended. What they're saying is you rub it on your kit and caboodle, it won't go over the other side. They don't even know that you have a tag team partner.
How's that
Roman.
work? Because she needs a sense of science.
Science.
Ask Roman, dude.
They went to work. Clinically tried and proven.
Doctors.
Yeah.
Visit your local Walmart store today and check out Roman's line of men's healthcare products. Yeah, Bald Stooge stuff too.
Oh, thank you. They got it all.
Clinically tried. Yeah. I think they have stuff for allergies as well.
It's big right now.
So how Hey, think about the testing for the Roman swipes. How do people get picked for that, and then what do they do?
Listen, are you going to question science's ways of figuring out deep research?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, I would assume that they had a couple guys come in and boink.
I think Billy Tubes was in on it.
Bingo.
I assume they had boink sessions, and they tested, and they said, hey, how was it? Let's go ahead and try it. I would assume that's the
Hey,
case.
is your penis sensitive?
Hey,
No.
No?
Okay.
Are you
Still
good?
sensitive?
Everything good?
Go.
All right.
All right, we're going to have to do this like 10, 15 more times,
break
at
it up,
least,
you
maybe
two.
100 more times.
They could have done it with baloney bopping too.
They could have.
Oh, big
timer.
Yeah.
You know?
And see if your hand.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Oh,
it's
chill.
clinically, they did test it, and it does work. And people, by the way, have said it does the job.
It does work.
Yep.
Let's go to Tiny in Colorado. This is a big son of a bitch. What's going on, Tiny?
Hey, how's it going? Shout out to you and AJ and the boys. Love your show. Listen every day. 64 years old, Packer fan from birth. Yes. And I was wondering, do you think this is going to hurt Rodgers' plans for MC Jeopardy? They like those milk toast guys. Like Ken Jennings and LeVar Burton. This little brouhaha could cause some problems there.
Hey, couldn't it there, Tiny? Tiny, just before we get to that conversation, and I do appreciate you bringing this up, and before it was mentioned yesterday by Shriggs, I didn't even really think about potential ramifications of that, of him potentially being a controversial conversation at the moment, especially for Jeopardy. So I appreciate Tiny, has that always been your nickname? And I assume you're a large man.
I'm a large man, yeah. I've been a large man all my life. I haven't really heard my real name, but yeah, if I was walking down the street in my hometown and somebody hollered my real name, I wouldn't even turn around.
I like that.
They called me Tiny for years.
What is the height and weight? What's the billing, Tiny?
Oh, well, I'd say about playing weight in college was 6'4", 280, but I'm probably 6'4", 340, 350 right now.
Attaboy, Tiny! Hey! Tiny's got comfortable since retirement.
Nice.
He's enjoying his life. Everybody knows
Tiny's
him.
stuck. He can't lose weight because then what do people call him?
Yeah, it is
true. Gotta stick to the
It's the
brand.
gimmick.
Because then you got to explain it every time.
Yeah, you gotta commit to the gimmick, dude.
I used to
speaking
be,
about the gimmick.
I used to be big.
Hey, commit to the gimmick.
Oh, yeah.
Young Rock, dude.
Banger.
64 years old. So it might be 3 out of 5 old whites now after that.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. We didn't put that together. We assume Tiny's white.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Kind of racist.
Guy from Boston.
Well, that was fucked up.
How dare you, dude?
You're a terrible guy.
Maybe I am.
How do you sleep?
Maybe I'm right.
Maybe you are.
What just
Packers.
happened?
Oh, Connor?
Connor was.
Connor.
Yeah, what did he say?
He's a scumbag.
He just assumed that Tiny was a white
I
man.
assume that Tiny was a white man, yeah.
Why?
He grew up
Exactly.
in a yacht club.
That's what we're saying.
Bingo.
That's what we're asking. And Gumpy just probably gave an answer right there. Let's go to Evan in Buffalo.
Tiny can call back if he wants to refute it. If not, I'll assume I'm correct.
That is not. That's not how you do it. That is not. That's not how it works. Let's go to Pepe in Mexico. Pepe, what's going on, man? Last call. Thankful for you.
Epa, órale, cabrones.
Órale,
Happy Cinco de Mayo.
Hey, happy Cinco de Mayo.
Hey. Hey, on this very important day, I thought it was fitting for me to call in. Cinco de Mayo is a farce. May the 4th be with you. It's even bigger here than the Battle of Puebla. But hey, it's just a great excuse for you guys to get drunk and drink cervezas. And I'm all in.
Whoa,
for it.
Pepe. What? You said it's a big farce? Cinco de Mayo is a big farce?
Hey, there's a big story in here if you don't know. The Cervezas company made Cinco de Mayo their marketing for you guys to buy in into drinking cervezas and tequila.
Oh, so maybe you guys smart should look in the mirror.
They
too.
got us, by the way.
Smart.
They got all of us.
And it works because if you know, our Independence Day is 16 de septiembre. So try to ring that 16 de septiembre instead of Cinco de Mayo.
Okay, Pepe, we will do it. Hey, Zito.
Yeah.
Take the sombrero off the
Jesus God.
Come on.
Put a margarita glass
I still
up there.
like beer.
Thank you, Pepe.
Whoever's doing the ticker should add Cinco de Mayo as a farce.
No.
Whoever is, probably show's about to end.
In one man's opinion.
Celsius Diggs might be my favorite Diggs of all time.
Diggs. Pepe is literally our only source. Okay, for this. And you.
It's always good to have
guy's opinion.
It's good to have two sources. Pat.
AJ, listen, I don't know if I'm supposed to say it or not. It might be the last time I ever say it. I guess we will look into a larger focus group, even though I do trust Pepe on this particular thing. Happy Cinco de Mayo. If this is the last time, thank you for joining us, and we will get better at doing the right stuff so we don't fall for farce celebrations like. Well, we will celebrate Valentine's Day, though, because it's about romance and it's love.
That's right.
Even though that was created by Hallmark.
Yeah, I'm out on that one, too.
No, chivalry's not dead, guys.
It's
Come
not.
on.
Yeah, you got to celebrate Valentine's. It's an effort holiday, pal.
Yeah, absolutely. That's why I'm out on it.
Any chance you get to celebrate love, you do it, my friends.
Bingo.
Bingo. But there is a day that was created by a card company.
That's right.
To make it happen. So every significant other had to buy a card for the other person. Yep. Brilliant. 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 Corona saw it and was like, we need our Hallmark.
We'll do that.
Right. Are Mother's Day and Father's Day in the same boat? Like, were those created by Hallmark people?
I don't know. Those were earned, I think.
Yeah. You earned your stripes,
Father's Day,
AJ.
definitely.
I would assume every holiday, though, was created by somebody trying to profit off of it.
Oh, National Pancake Day.
What's that today?
No, it's just a fake holiday to make money.
Fucking
It's not exactly
greedy
a holiday.
corporate fat cats and IHOP.
Sons of bitches.
Is there any legit? Arbor Day's real.
Is that federal?
Goddamn right.
Is Big Tree making money off
Yeah.
Arbor Day?
July 4th. Monday fake.
Memorial Day.
July 4th is
4th of July, though, is not the actual date. It's actually us just calling a shot for in the future. Signed the whole thing, but it didn't actually happen. We celebrated.
Yeah.
It's actually a couple, I think, years later, maybe.
Yeah, but we celebrate, Babe Ruth calling
Memorial's
his shot.
definitely
Why don't we
a real
celebrate
holiday.
America calling
Well, I
his
do
shot?
believe that is
December
what the
25th?
celebration is. Well, Jesus obviously came to be that day, even though the people that are super Jesus believers say that's not true at all. It was actually earlier in the year, September or something like that.
Really?
There are a lot of things.
Christmas is fucking awesome, man.
Yeah.
Stay away from that one. Okay?
Yeah,
I agree.
and Thanksgiving, that one is not controversial at all. But
No, that one's good.
Hey, as long as we got fucking NFL football, that was bullshit this last year. Canceling that game on Thursday
That was
night.
bullshit.
I was fucking pissed, man.
Thanks a lot, Ravens.
No football to go with my leftovers.
yeah, I took a nap already.
Yeah.
I'm back at it. There's no game.
Well, guess I'm gonna get pissed drunk now because ain't no football on.
Hell yeah. Pastro.
Tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on the YouTube. Vlog episode 3 of Mr. Friday Night. Foxy's behind the scenes takes with our friends from Roman. I think this episode's good.
Oh, it's a banger.
I think it's a good episode.
Hey, Foxy, I want to ask Foxy, how long does it take to cut one of those together, like to edit it all?
A long time, AJ. That's all I'll say. A very
Like
long,
all week? Is it something you're just constantly putting together?
Always working on it. Like Sunday, probably 7 hours. Monday, I took an hour off. Last night, I was here till 9:30.
I want to let everybody know. I want everybody to appreciate what he does.
That boy fought.
But this is why at the beginning of this thing I said we might have one every week depending upon Foxy's life through this entire thing. Because Foxy having energy, being upbeat is good for the show. We don't need to add something that's potentially not good for the show. So Foxy has his own leeway here on these things. And it is time consuming though. I mean, there is a lot of shit to do. It's unbelievable. If you're in high school right now, okay, just start editing.
Do it.
Just start editing, start figuring out effects and everything like that. You are going to have a job forever in the next era we're going to go in. Now, maybe in 30 years, there'll be something different, or 20 years even. But for the next foreseeable future, okay, and not Green Bay Packer Aaron Rodgers foreseeable future. I'm talking about real life foreseeable future, which is like 20 years or something like that. If you're an editor, you are gonna go. It takes a lot of fucking work though.
The only way to get good is reps. Just reps. The reason I started is because I would just follow my friends around with the camera, doing dumb shit, and then I thought it was fun to put it together.
It's a good job. It's a good job choice.
Some of the effects in this one
and singing in the
tonight.
bathroom?
Well, excuse me. What?
Tony, you talking slurping?
He's talking about where he got to start, and I saw the video where he got to start.
Whoa! In the bathroom doing the jump shirtless thing.
Yeah, the bathroom parties.
Wait, what?
I'm sure you know all about that, AJ.
Follow up. From what I've been told is
Okay, Connor, what are we talking about?
My bad, Gumby. The effects are awesome.
Yeah, some of the effects in this one tonight are incredible.
Man, Ohio bathroom parties.
Oh man,
Wait,
they used to
was
beat
Foxy
the bag
filming-
out of each other.
Were you filming your buddies like naked in the bathroom?
Essentially,
Kinda.
You can't put that on YouTube.
He did. He actually turned it in for a school project.
Yeah.
You
got
release
paid.
your
their
tapes,
songs?
AJ.
What if there was footage of you, Schlegel, and Bobby Carpenter back in the day, AJ?
Just in the bathroom, just helicoptering our meats all around.
That's the show. That's the show.
I knew you were doing it.
Can you announce a giveaway right now that we'll put in the next vlog? Okay, because I would like to have the beginning of what you just said right there as the beginning of next week's vlog. So can you just think of a giveaway right now that we can do?
Like, what am I? That I'm going to give away some money or some kind of chair or something?
Or we will, whatever you want to do. Just say,
Insert here.
say, hey, we are doing this big giveaway since you watched this long in the vlog.
Do I have to name a giveaway?
Yeah, right now.
dude.
Okay, I'll figure it out. Okay. Does it matter how much money I give away?
Maybe. I mean, let's. Okay.
It's not mine.
Just
Okay.
get it together.
Okay, here we go. Get ready. You ready, Foxy?
Yep.
Hey guys, we're gonna give away $1,000 because you stayed this long in the vlog. So stay tuned.
Oh, that's awesome. Hey, let's get to the week.
Get to the show.
There it is. That's the beginning of it right there. That was
Oh,
it.
my bad.
No, you did great.
That was perfect.
Boy, AJ,
Crushed it.
Sometimes.
AJ's helicopter giveaway.
That's right.
Bingo.
No, we should
And a
not.
general.
Actually, we should not do
There's
that.
no such thing as a
comments.
bathroom party.
The
What is a
YouTube
bathroom party?
The YouTube comment section would be. We can't do that.
We'll send you the video.
We won't be able to do that, but we will give away $1,000 today. Actually, use hashtag. All right. See you guys later.
Come on.
That's the show. We're gonna give away 10 grand tomorrow. We're gonna give away 10 grand tomorrow. We're gonna give away 10 grand tomorrow.
Pick my winners. People are saying I'm not giving away the money. I need the winners.
Mitt, come on, pal.
Welcome to the jungle, AJ.
Mitt's gonna pick himself after losing 1,000. But yeah, Mitt, let's go. AJ needs you. All right, that's the show. There's a big giveaway
Thanks, Mitt.
in the video tonight that Foxy will be picking.
baby.
Get in the comment section. If you watch within the next 12 hours, you'll be able to be a part of that. And then tomorrow, we'll do an even bigger giveaway just because it's Thursday, 6th of May.
Yeah. Okay. How about
AJ will have to figure out what to give away, like how people win.
it? Yep.
Might be for, it might just be for
AJ Hawk Day.
members, I think.
Oh, members only giveaway.
See, that's a
You
little
need a
bit.
hashtag though.
Yeah, but in the comments, it doesn't really. That's the thing. Like the hashtag.
Oh, it's for the comments. Okay.
Yeah, tomorrow will be. And also tonight is actually.
Yep.
Did Zeke stop doing his fan polls?
Oh shoot.
Zito's got like a couple of jobs on
Wearing
there.
a lot of hats.
But also the polls, we all think it's bullshit.
Fake.
Wow. Jay turned his mic on for that one.
It's a farce. It's a farce.
Let's go back to the Twitter.
Because then, after you see 230,000 votes,
Can't.
even though it's fake, it's hard to look at like, okay, there's 2,200 votes. It's like, this is small. I don't know. Are they right? Who knows? We don't know. It's all bullshit. I don't believe any of it.
It's all bullshit. All of it. Not just the polls. Everything.
Let's get out of here. AJ, one final time. Did you guys laugh about that Jerry Krause text or no?
Yeah, I'm sorry for the misunderstanding that I was the one who said it, and then somebody blasted that to the media. They thought Aaron, but it was the wrong Aaron. My name is Aaron as well.
It's Aaron James Hawk.
Hell yeah.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. tonight. Mr. Friday Night, episode 3, given away. Tomorrow, $10,000 giveaway to commenters. Can't wait. Can't thank you enough. You're the best, dude. Why do you listen? Why do you watch? Nobody will ever know, but we appreciate that you do. See you tomorrow. Cheers. Good show.